Good morning, beautiful people. It is Wednesday, the 8th of November. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as decided by the culture. You already know what it is. As usual, you're brought to you by the best in the business. Introduce yourself, guys.
My name is Richie S. Johnson. Yeah, that's it. That's the name today.
I got some predominant longshoremen.
Yeah, all of that. All of them.
And I am your host, Big Moss from the east side of the bridge, 6 foot plus of pure temptation. You know, all of that good stuff. Well, go on, man. You all right, Brent?
I am good. My name is Brenty Lenty 20 Plenty.
That name is so long. I still don't believe anyone.
I don't think anyone's ever called him that.
Yeah, like ever in the that's. Imagine trying to shout man down. Yo!
I reckon maybe like someone's called him like one of them at one point, like individually, like all of them at one different point in his life. I don't think no one's used all of them
at one time
together.
That's wild.
Like ever.
That's a mouthful, man. Yeah, but I heard it though. I heard it.
What do you reckon, Brent?
I reckon that I don't like how you're talking about my mother's way to.
Did your mom?
Address me.
Did your mom call you that for real?
That's what I said the first time I said it.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I first of
I don't
all,
mind you disrespecting me.
no. First of all,
My mother.
I would apologize because I
Nah,
don't
it's too
remember.
late.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that when you said that the first time?
I
Yes,
mean,
he fully well knows.
I mean, he might know, but I'm asking, did he hear that the first time? Because when I heard
it wasn't
that,
at the forefront of my thinking. I just
this is
said
what I'm saying. I thought it would have been the lads, the guys you grew up with.
and then plus she would have shortened it by now as well, innit?
Yeah.
She shortens it sometimes.
No?
No. Because she doesn't call me that all the time.
Just when you're naughty.
She will call me Brent.
So what she call you when you're naughty?
She calls my name Brent.
Okay. So So it's just a playful name basically.
Yes.
Brenty 20 Lenti.
Go on.
There's one more, right? Brenty 20 Lenti.
Brenty Lenty
Brent-
20 Plenty.
That's crazy. That's a mouthful still.
You talking about my mother's mouth?
No. It's a I swear it's good. It's a mouthful to pronounce. Especially if you're doing it quickly. You say it
She
10 times.
manages.
You say it 10 times, you're gonna
She
get.
manages.
Ah?
She manages.
Yeah. Clearly. Shout out to Mother Brent.
Thank you very much.
Did I say hood on your top?
It says hoodie.
Oh, it's folded. I can't see the IE.
It is, isn't it?
Hold up, let me
Yeah. It's kind of folded. You're right. I'll give you that
put
one.
up there so you can see it. Everyone can see it now.
Yeah.
It says hoodie.
It does say hoodie. What did you thought it said? Just hood.
Yeah.
You're dumb. You're foolish.
I was thinking, right, you're moving brazy in that top.
It's not a bad name for a brand though. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, tennis. Yeah.
As in hood.
No, as in that. Because there's a lot of what's that? There's Hood Rich. What's the other one? Trap Star, and then I swear there's another one.
What made you link Hoodrich and Trapstar?
What do you mean link them? As in that the way we grew up in terms of culture and being in the hood ghetto or whatever you want to call it, they're one and the same thing, really and truly.
Do you put them together?
I mean, not to
Like,
in terms of
get
name.
what I mean, Brent?
In terms of name,
You have you ever called the ghetto? You haven't, right? That's not.
what do you mean called it? I mean,
Well,
it gets
you
classed as
use-
that. I'm just using reference in terms of what
I've
people
probably
Do
we don't
Do
probably
you
not
get classed as flipping living in the ghetto?
not in conversation, but I probably referenced it like
yeah,
and say like
that's what I mean though. That's
I don't know, like rapping or something like that.
Y'all mentioned ghetto in
Like
your
living
raps?
living in the ghetto. Probably said something
Nah.
like that.
That's
No,
reference,
probably
or
would
made
have
the
used.
American, man.
reference.
Nah, I probably would have used the word at some point.
Ghetto.
Yeah, I'm guessing. And if I haven't, this is not a word that's like unfamiliar to me, if that makes sense. But I don't think like in conversation.
No, but that's why I made a reference to it, as in like, the one and the same thing, trap, hoodrich, such. But I don't know in terms of like how they design their clothes or anything or what kind of level they're on. That's not what I mean. I just mean in terms of like the wording. It's kind of similar.
Okay, I'm with you. In the ghetto, baby.
Any of your bars have ghetto in it?
Of course they do.
You would think so, innit?
But maybe they don't know. You'd think so, but
I've heard like nicknames Like one of my friends called Ghetto Kid.
His
Okay,
name is
yeah.
called. Is,
Okay,
I,
kids.
in fact, I have heard him use Ghetto, but he's quite.
In the ghetto. Yeah, that's a big rhythm.
From where? Who's the artist?
That's Wretch and Gets and Badness in the ghetto. That was a big song.
Who did the hook?
Badness.
Who's that?
One youth from East Ham.
Where is he from?
What country?
Yeah.
Probably Jamaica or
There
something
you
like
go.
this.
There you go. That's the link.
You know what you're saying?
That, in my head,
in
that's the
terms,
link.
okay, in
In
terms of
Trinidad, we use that word, but I could understand a Caribbean.
man saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, what? So what do you mean? There's no ghettos over here?
I don't know if it is that. That's how it is that we actually.
People class them as
Describe
they just what, slums, ghettos, hood.
I've heard slums,
You think what slums are not a ghetto? Slum sounds worse.
probably, but I've heard slums more than I've heard.
Really?
So you describe
live
what
in
you
the
could
ghetto.
you describe. I said I live in this. I think that's just all like descriptive terms and just expressing
just
yourself.
things.
No, like in music and stuff like that. So I think you would have heard all the terms because I think in.
I have heard all the terms. I just don't hear people saying it
Oh, I
in
get what you're
conversation
saying.
like that.
Yeah, I don't think
I hear ends. I
Yeah.
hear states.
Yeah. You've heard.
I've heard hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe you might be right. Just like talking, I can't picture many times of just having a conversation. I'll talk about just growing up in the ghetto.
Now we don't. I never say I grew up in the ghetto. I just say I grew up in the bits or the ends
I've
or
heard bits.
yeah type thing. Where we go OT, we go sticks, etc. But I guess it might be the stuff that we hear as well, relevant to where we're from.
We did just now.
It rhymed.
Yeah.
So you said it again. It rhymes. You say.
Certain bits.
Yeah.
OT, sticks.
Sticks,
And then you
yeah.
do your little twitch with your mouth
Yeah.
because you know what you did.
Sorry.
Have you recognized his ticks? It's so interesting. Obviously, because I haven't grown up with him.
Yeah.
And I'm observing him for the
Yeah,
first
but
time.
there's-
I'm trying to learn as much about him to characterize him or make a profile of him. And the twitch with his mouth, it's so evident to me.
Yeah, but what I realize is there's a lot of stuff these don't know about me.
It's so interesting.
We were talking at your live show the other day, and I was talking to someone, and one of the ladies that watches the show, we were just talking about where I'm from, whatever. And I was mentioning where everyone's from. There was like 5, 6 of us. I was telling her where everyone's from and why I might have some kind of Caribbean, why people might think I'm Caribbean.
Yeah.
Anyhow, turns out one of my brethren was like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were."
Nigerian.
Yeah, I said what? I said, you know what? Don't even talk to me about
That might be an
any...
indictment on you, you know.
How's that an indictment on me?
And
might
because
be
you used to say you was Californian.
Dickhead. Move. This guy's an idiot. This guy's you're foolish.
California, yeah.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. That is a myth reference to... That's a reference to my mum, and it's nothing to do with me whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's just a word of speech. Anyhow, so in my mind, I'm thinking, hold on. I've known you for like nearly 30 years.
You
Like, how
know
did you...
me.
Like, yeah, so and that comes to mind when I'm thinking, hold on, there's a lot you don't really know about me.
This is a you problem. This is
No, it's not a me problem.
You're
How
not
though?
to blame.
No, but how can
Nobody could ever not know I'm Trinidadian.
I'm standing there and I'm saying to her, I'm from XYZ. He's from here. He's from there. He's from. I know where everyone's from. How do you not know where I'm
You're
from? Then?
saying that they didn't care to find
Maybe,
about you
maybe,
because
maybe.
So
Each
maybe
time
you'll
it
put
is
yourself
the-
out there because remember when you say Nigerian, you got to put it in air quotes. You can't just say like, "Oh yeah, you're Nigerian." You got to go Nigerian.
Nah, I ain't got to do that. I ain't got to do that. I'm Nigerian. That's it. There ain't no air quotes, no nothing. I'm Nigerian. That is it. You see my mum, you see my dad, you be like, really? Like you say, if you saw my mum, I'm gonna show you my mum after. You see my mum and my dad, you be like, yeah, they're definitely African. So I look the way I look because I'm anomaly. Like no problem.
did it ever come around your house?
Who?
Your friends?
Yeah,
And they saw
they,
your parents?
yeah. They see my mum.
Did they ever eat any of the food?
Yeah, some people ate from my mum's house.
Did she cook traditional?
To just sometimes traditional, sometimes English.
Is she? When is it English? What was that?
As in, like, she might just throw in a quick chips and something for me. Like,
Up until you were 18?
no, well, no, when I was younger, I'm talking about. But my friends have been around my house from when I was young.
Okay.
But no one's
But
seen
your
my
mom wasn't born here.
no, my mom wasn't born, but she was.
And she-
My mom's been here for over 20 years though. Well, she was at the time. She was here for over 20 years. So at some point in time,
Did she eat the chips herself?
I don't know. I can't remember today.
I find it so weird.
No, I don't know. To be fair, no. I don't
No,
ever.
I'm projecting only because my parents are not bangers and mash, innit?
No. My mum never made bangers and mash, but I one of them I think about. Nah, she never ate English food herself. She just made it for me.
Yeah.
But then she would still make me jollof or X, Y, Z or whatever, and I'll just pick and choose. But then no one see my dad, but everyone see my mum. So you can't. These lot can never turn around.
Why didn't they see your dad?
I never grew up with my dad.
What?
I never grew up with my dad.
All right, okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. What are you apologising for?
I didn't know
It's
it
not
was a
your fault.
trigger.
Do you know what I mean? You didn't banish him. But no.
Your mum banished your dad?
Say again?
Your mum banished your dad?
I don't know what happened. I don't. There's
another. I don't know.
There's
I mean,
her.
there's a theme.
There's her story.
about
There's
your
his
life.
story, and then there's the truth. So
Right.
you know, I weren't there for that. Either which way, these are see my mum. So where do they think she was from? Just what I'm saying.
Where did they think you were from?
Listen, I don't know, man.
At no point in time did they
a
actually
man
say-
looked at me dead in my face and said, "Huh? I didn't know you were Nigerian, bro. I went to throw my drink in his face, bro."
Easy.
Yeah, but you know, man's my brother, innit? It's cool.
I know
Man.
back in the day, a lot of some of the people that was around pretended to be West Indian, did it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of that
There was
going
a lot
on.
of that. There was a lot of that going on. There was a lot of that. But I wasn't one of them. There's no reason for me to pretend to be something I'm not. Like,
Are you sure?
Yeah, but you're not like a proud Nigerian.
How do you know I'm not a proud Nigerian? He told you
Because
that.
you don't project it.
You're
That's
an
why
idiot.
that's why the
You're
man didn't
an
know
idiot.
where
Exactly.
you're from.
You didn't have a clue
You're
where
an
you
idiot.
were
You're
from.
an idiot. Are you a proud? So wait there. So when you were younger, was he a proud Jamaican?
No, it's just.
So I'm saying. So what's on about? What's about?
It's nothing to do with that. You've
Well,
always
how can you say it's nothing to do with that? You
you've
just
always
said I
not-
weren't projecting.
Yeah,
Like,
because I wasn't projecting something
shut
else.
up,
I'm saying,
man.
you've always known where I was
Okay,
from.
was the Ghanaian man
You've
around
al-
us projecting that they were Ghanaian?
You know them man are from Ghana's name's Ghana.
Was the Grenadian man around us?
Ghana, them man that you
Hold
know
on.
they're
Was the
Ghanaian.
Grenadian
Don't you know
man
the
around
president's
us?
from Ghana?
Was the Grenadian man
Do
around
you
us
know that
projecting?
EDP and them man are Ghanaian? Do you
Was
just
the-
know that? Everybody knows that.
Was the Grenadian man around us projecting that they're Grenadian?
Yes, them man are baked Grenadians. Everybody knows where they're from.
Oh
what
my
I'm trying to
God.
say is,
Was
yeah,
the Bayesian man around us projecting that they were Bayesian?
what Bayesian man?
There's no Bayesian man around us.
Who's who?
Trinidad and Tobago, no? Is that not the same thing?
No, for one they're not. For one they're not. And who would you give?
That's the same. I'm sorry. Forgive me for putting all you Caribbeans
You
in the same
deserve,
bracket.
you deserve everything you got, man.
Who would you
I'm
give?
just saying.
Who would you call Bayesian man? Who would you give Bayesian man to? There was
Hey,
like
where-
them man are from Grenada. That was bait.
So where's Frog
painfully,
from?
painfully obvious. Oh yeah, they're Trini.
Exactly. See what?
Well, they would be.
Alright,
No,
so-
they're not. It's not even Trini. No, they're not Trini. They're just Cooley. Where they from? Shit. Bayesian. Yeah.
See, what's man on about?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm
That's
telling
Bayesian,
man.
mate.
See, exactly. I'm telling man where man's
Yeah.
from. Man, so you didn't even know.
Yeah,
And the man, see what I'm
from-
saying.
I know.
See?
I know they're
Look,
Bayesian. I forgot because
So glad.
Freddie-
Thank you.
No,
You're proving it.
His nan-
Yes, exactly.
His nan was
My
my-
own brethren, he didn't even know. Yeah, you're
His-
another one.
his
But
nan
he's
was-
also saying you didn't care to
His
let
nan was
them
my
know
dinner
where
lady.
you
No,
were
you know
from.
what it is? I just needed the memory jogging. That Frog was Bayesian as bait. Yeah, because his nan was my dinner lady in that. Freddie speak with the accent her whole life. Tough to get what I'm trying to
Cheds?
say. Trinidad and Tobago.
Exactly.
So everybody we know. But I'm saying what I'm trying to say is that man. Everybody knows that.
No,
but
not
no one
everyone
know
knows. You
yours.
just
I'm
forgot,
saying.
bro. What you man?
Forgetting is not the
You
difference
just
from
said
not knowing.
I don't know if you knew though, because you just said everyone knows. But when I'm telling
No,
you
man.
where Frog's from,
Mercedes makes sauce for man.
it
and
doesn't
that. Of course, man know
matter.
where
I'm
she's
telling
from.
you where Frog's from. You're telling me no, he's not.
I never said no, he's not. You just reminded me which one I said who was the Bayesian person. I forgot who you was talking about.
allow it,
What I'm trying to say is, even it being so clear for you that everybody must have something about them or done something that they stood in that light, innit? What I'm trying to say is, you don't.
I just knew where man was from. What are you talking about? I took an interest and I knew where man was from. What the fuck are you talking about? It's not my fault. It's not my fault you man didn't take an interest. Fuck you, up, man. You know what I mean? What's the matter with this guy?
No,
What?
I've always known you was Nigerian.
No, you didn't, man. Stop lying, man. Now he's gonna sit here and lie.
So where did I think you?
Hold on.
So where did I think you was
You're
from?
gonna sit here and lie to 124 people.
So where did I think you was
You
from?
need Jesus, boy.
So where did I think you was from?
I don't know, bro. I
No,
don't
be
know.
serious. Big and grown.
I don't know. Big and grown, man. Big and grown. I don't know. I don't know.
Did that hurt you though?
No. What? As in like this conversation now, or when
No,
the girl?
when it is that they turn around and it's like, what, Nigeria?
Yeah, one of them was like, "Raw." Like, I was like, looked at him. I was like, I said, not hurt me, but I was just
Yeah.
surprised. I was like, that just goes to show you that really don't know much about me.
You don't wear the garbs. Yeah. You don't pick a tribe. You don't speak the language.
I don't pick a tribe.
What are you Yoruba?
Yeah, idiot, man. You're foolish, man. Forget it, man. Man said I don't pick a tribe. You don't pick a tribe. You're just from where you're from. What are you talking
So are you
about?
Yoruba?
Yeah. I didn't ask to be Yoruba. I didn't. So I didn't.
You say that you didn't want to be either.
He don't know nothing. Clearly, this guy don't know nothing. He talks a lot, but he doesn't know much. That's what it tells me, which is cool. It is where it is, man. Obviously, people evolve, people change, whatever, and some stuff just never gets mentioned. Anyhow, yeah, you don't pick a tribe. You're just from where you're from. I can't help that.
You know, I've always known you as a Nigerian man, but you
Man said I don't speak the language. I don't pick a tribe. What was the other one?
You
I don't wear the garbs. Tell me a Nigerian that wears the garbs. Go on.
I'm just saying,
No, but come on, you know a couple Nigerians. Tell me some Nigerians that wear the garbs.
I've seen a man at weddings and that where they get dressed.
So,
I've never even seen you do that.
the next time I go to a wedding, I must be dressed like
I've
a
never
Nigerian.
seen you in traditional Nigerian clothes.
Then why would you see me? What reason would you have to see me in traditional Nigerian clothes?
Again, a wedding. You went to their man's wedding. Whose wedding was it?
Whose wedding did I go to?
Are they Nigerian or?
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm just double checking. I'm
What's
just making
you on
sure.
about?
No, what I say is you don't get involved in the
Aye.
traditional clothes
You see
anyway.
what
You
I
just
have to
wear
deal
like
with?
English clothes.
You see what I have to deal with? This
If
is
all
it.
the man them are
You see
wearing a
this?
print, yeah?
Nonsense.
Whether it's Nigerian,
The
whether it's
man
Ghanaian,
is
whatever. If all the man them
nonsense.
gone to a wedding and they're wearing a print and all that, yeah, and he's gone and he's just done shirt and tie and all that. What does that mean? He's
Who's
not-
wearing print? Where? Tell me where. Tell me what wedding I've been to where the man are wearing print and I'm not.
Maybe Jeffries.
I was wearing print, so shut up. What are you talking
weren't.
about? Oh, wait, hold on. Brent, I'm going to send you a picture just for that.
Please. Yeah,
Go
So I'm
just put
saying,
it on the
look,
screen.
where was you at the wedding?
What?
Where was he?
I wasn't invited.
So I'm saying, why? Why were you invited?
I don't know.
See, look, see, them Jamaican man. I'm going to send you a picture, man. This guy's rude, man.
That's a different story. I don't know why they didn't invite me. Maybe because I never had the print.
Maybe.
I mean, I would have felt away if my friends from childhood looked at me and said, "You're Trinidadian." I'd have felt away.
That's what in that moment, I was at, but obviously I'm still having a conversation with the lady, innit? So I don't want to be rude. And I'm not trying to belittle anyone or diss anyone in front of the lady.
But they didn't mind doing
But
it.
away from that, yeah, I'm having a go, bruv. Like, what the fuck do you mean you don't know where I'm from?
Yeah, but
And so much so, we're not talking about this ever again. Like, we're not talking
Jeez.
about... No, because if you don't know where I am or where I'm from,
Yeah, it's just disrespectful,
after
man.
so much years, we're not doing this.
So you think
I'm not-
you're real British presenting?
Move, man. Listen, I'm not here to correct you. Like, we're not doing this. If you want to assume something, no problem, then you assume that. I'm not going to correct you. No problem. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. People, as I said, it's not my fault. They didn't take interest enough in it. It's funny how the African takes interest and knows where all the Jamaican and Caribbean and West Indian people are from.
I mean, I can kind of understand if you're the person trying to score some form of like social status, they're the top, innit? Obviously.
What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean they're the top? Like, yeah, please.
You said you took interest in the interesting individuals, isn't it? Maybe there wasn't anything interesting about you.
Maybe.
But you've grown into a better man, though.
Doesn't matter, man. It doesn't.
Even people in the chat didn't know you was Nigerian.
I don't give a damn what people in the chat knew or don't think or not. They don't know me. Like they don't know me like that. So I'm saying the people that do know me should know where I'm from.
No, you present like a Caribbean man, like
I
a
don't
British
present
man.
like and this is the point I was making to the girl. But look at the people that I grew up with. Majority of them were Caribbean, West Indians, and there was one Ghanaian there. So I'm saying, look, they're from blah blah blah, and then the one Grenadian man's like, oh, I didn't even know you were Nigerian. Like,
So, to be honest, like,
what?
Where's Omar from?
Who?
Where's Omar from?
What, from the Wire?
Where's Omar from?
Who's Omar? What?
Where's Omar from?
I don't know who
What
Omar.
Omar?
Omar?
The singer.
The Wire?
Yes. Where's he from?
I don't know where he's from.
Where's he from?
I would have said Baltimore if you're saying that. What are you talking about? Like, what?
What's my man's called again? Michael's thing. You talking about Michael, yeah?
Do you mean the actual actor himself?
Yeah.
Or do you mean, I don't know.
Not actor himself. Like in the show, where's he from?
I don't know where he's from.
Do they need to know where he's from? He just
Listen,
did the job.
Listen, man, the man's from Baltimore. This
Just
is,
did the job.
That threw me off as well. I was thinking, am I supposed to know where Omar's
yeah,
from?
like, that
But
threw
this
me
is
off.
it. You don't care about anything other than what he's called to do, right?
Okay.
I'm not cool
So I
to
never
do
took an
anything, man.
interest.
Yeah, I hear you.
He's a serious man.
Serious man.
All night you can't find his picture.
What do you mean? I found it on Instagram, but I want to send him a better picture. That's all.
A better one.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Man,
it's fine.
remember I didn't have no pictures of
And
that.
I thought you was over there.
Brother,
just shuffling.
no, of course not. If I have to go somewhere in that attire, I'll go in the attire, bro. What are you talking about? And I'll still get it home. I didn't throw it away. Waiting for the next occasion and all that. So I'm free for all African weddings. Let me know. Send me the invites. This guy's rude, man.
I think we should do we need to create like a series, man. We need to like make him like trace back his roots and just get
Something.
ingrained into the
Something.
culture. I think we should need to document this journey of you like not going back home, but you know what I mean?
Something along those lines.
Because you've been too westernized, I believe.
I've been here my whole life. Well, where else would I be? Like as I said to my user
I know,
before,
Emmanuel was born here. So, yeah. You know where he's from.
I know where I'm from though. I didn't say I don't know where I'm from. I never once said I don't know.
Everybody knows where he's from.
No, but I never once said I don't know where I'm from. It's you guys that don't know where I'm from. That's not my fault. That's not on me. Like so I'm about to wear a shirt that basically says, "Hey, by the way, I'm Nigerian."
I don't
Just to
think
let
he might always
you
be
know.
sure
No, but that's
says
the point I'm making though. Like, okay, cool. He might, say certain things that alludes to where he's from.
Yeah.
That's not my fault. You guys are assuming and projecting or whatever you want to call it onto me. I've said many a times. I've seen women from different parts of the world where they talk to their sons and daughters in their mother tongue. My mum never done that with me. But at one point in time, I thought it was just me. There's a bunch of Nigerians that happen to.
Yeah.
So
Lots of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why you should even learn it or pick up little words. So when you have your child, you can speak to them in the mother tongue because you wanted that. You see the maths that I'm doing?
I
here?
guess anyone can just speak patois, innit? So it's the same thing, basically. Yeah, right. That's right.
Why are you gonna say that?
I'm just saying it, like, because that's what we're.
But it's so interesting. I don't even see you eating like traditional food.
Yeah, I do. I had jollof just the other day, but I don't eat.
No,
I don't eat
not rice because you can use a spoon for that. As in using your hands.
Yeah,
I've
on
had,
camera, I had
how much
jollof
times I've had
yesterday.
fufu and like just with my hands and no fork.
Listen.
Hear me saying.
Yeah, no.
You know how many times I've had fufu with my hands, no fork.
Yeah, but as in like
It's not something that
No.
somebody would say, right? No. And it's like me saying, you know how many times I've eaten roti without a knife and fork?
I don't eat.
That means
I don't.
I'm new to this.
Yeah, but I don't.
new
No,
to
I'm not.
this.
I'm not new to this, but I don't eat a lot of traditional food. I don't. That doesn't make me
No,
any.
I'm
You know how many
100%.
times I've ate patty with my bare hands?
Dickhead. That doesn't make me any less African. I'm just saying it. It doesn't make me any less African, from what I know. But yeah, shout out to you.
All right, cool. We will throw the picture up of this handsome man in his print.
And we said all of that to say this: it's Men's Mental Health Month in the UK.
Is that a mess with my shit? Is that a mess with my
Can you
shit?
imagine Portugal?
It's Men's Mental Health Month in the UK, man. November, man. Listen, we've got a guest coming up next week. He's going to talk about just talk us all about it and talk about their experiences and throw some topics of the days in there too. So yeah, next week, look forward to it. Men's Mental Health Month. Make sure you check in on the people, check in on the men, because they don't talk about their mental health. You get me? They find it hard to
Wonder why.
confide in people.
You wonder why?
Wonder
innit?
why.
Yeah, you wonder why.
Catch
innit?
you in this room.
Jesus.
They don't want to confide. So check in on the men in your life. You get what I'm trying to say? If anybody's been a bit distant at the minute, just check in, make sure they're all right. Make sure you do your wellness checks, because I think that's what you do in Mental Health Month. And you got no kicker. It's all right.
Is it a kicker?
Yeah, ticker. What's it called? Ticker.
I knew what you meant. I wasn't gonna do what you
I know-
just did.
I'm just saying,
He's on one.
yeah, you didn't think it through. But we care over here. At some point, we'll throw up some information for you lot, because it's that month, man. Ready to get the headlines?
Yes.
All right, people, here are our headlines. It says, Hamas leader surrounded in bunker. Israeli minister claims as Netanyahu says HQ's tunnels and bases destroyed. Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar is hiding in a Gaza bunker after being cut off from other members of the terrorist group, Israel had claimed. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said Sinwar is without contact with his associates as Israeli forces continued their offensive in the Gaza Strip. The military wing of Hamas, which has ruled the small, densely populated enclave for 16 years, said its fighters were inflicting heavy losses and damage on advancing Israel forces. It has no immediate comment on the possible fate of Sinwar. The reports came after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israeli forces had encircled Gaza City in the enclave's north and had destroyed Hamas headquarters, tunnels, and bases. There's a military man moving wicked. Have you seen that man wearing all black, looking wicked?
No.
He's a general. He's saying, yeah, they got their plans laid out, and by the time they're done, Hamas will be eradicated.
That's crazy, man.
So we'll see how that goes. Our second line, Netanyahu says Israel will have security control over Gaza after the war. And Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said Israel will have overall security responsibility for the Gaza Strip for an indefinite period. Mr. Netanyahu made his first such comments about Israel's plans for Gaza after the war with Hamas ends in an interview with the US ABC news network. However, he did not elaborate on the kind of security mechanisms such a plan would involve. Israel says it aims to destroy Hamas, which has ruled Gaza since 2007. Hundreds of Hamas gunmen burst through the border and attacked Israeli communities and the music festival on the 7th of October, killing more than 1,400 people. Israeli authorities say in the bloodiest such event in Israel's history. Israel declared war on Hamas the same day and has been attacking Gaza from land, sea and air since then. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says more than 10,000 people have been killed since Israel began its operation. When asked who should govern Gaza, home to 2.2 million Palestinians after the war, Netanyahu said only those who don't want to continue the way of Hamas. But he also declared that Israel must have security control. I think Israel will, for an indefinite period, have the overall security responsibility because we have seen what happens when we don't have it. When we don't have that security responsibility, we have the eruption of Hamas terror on a scale that we couldn't imagine. And last headline, final one for now, it's about the King's speech. Charles was booed by protesters after setting out Rishi Sunak's political agenda. Just quickly before I go into this, you see that the King don't care about who's in control, does he? Does he have a horse in the race? Because the way he's moving about his government and they're always going to be his government. Like whatever side takes it over, it's his government. He ain't treating anyone any differently, innit? If it's Labour or Conservative, it's just like whoever's the government, he's just rocking with. Or does he has a horse in the race?
He can't show even if he had certain views, he can't show his views. So whatever he's wrote out, whatever they wrote out for him to read, he has to read. And I was looking on LBC yesterday, funny enough, and this morning they were basically saying that it's similar to the last speech one of the kings made, like very, very similar words in terms of my government, blah, 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 blah. And even if his own view, that they were basically alluding to the fact that there's some stuff that he does feel about, but he can't even show that, basically. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I just thought he would have had a bit more disdain for them if he didn't. I don't actually.
What would he have? He would have used that platform to basically articulate it, right?
Yeah, like just like no, because it was all very mundane and monotone, and that he didn't give nothing away. And I know he's the king; he's not supposed to, but like, you know, like you use this, like I say, this was your chance to shine. Use your little platform to just do your little sniggerings, and you know, like really something that my government. Like all the environment stuff, you know he's not with none of that. Everybody knows he's not with none of that. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, so I thought he was just gonna, I don't know. I thought he was gonna take his time.
Yeah, it's crazy because obviously his particular post or his brand has been all about charity for a long while, isn't it? So for Cruella to even say homelessness is a lifestyle choice.
Well, it didn't make it to the speech.
Yeah, it got removed.
It had to walk that one back. Okay, that was...
So I think he does have his own thoughts and stuff, but he's not allowed to show deference to any party.
Okay, well, as we were saying, Charles booed by protesters after setting out Rishi Sunak's political agenda. The king was booed by protesters as he left Parliament after outlining Rishi Sunak's agenda for the year ahead. Tougher sentences for the country's most serious offenders and a crackdown on grooming took centre stage in the first King's speech in decades. The monarch struck a personal note when he began his speech by acknowledging the legacy of service and devotion to his country shown by his beloved mother, the late Queen. Reading out Prime Minister Sunak's agenda for the up-and-coming year, the King said the sentencing bill would be brought forward to increase the confidence of victims. Despite the emphasis on crime, there was no mention of the recent pro-Palestinian protests, and which Ms. Braverman has described as hate marches. Neither were her controversial plans to restrict the use of tents for people who are homeless mentioned. Anti-monarchy protesters gathered outside Parliament with placards which read, "Not my king." They could be heard booing the king as he left Parliament for Buckingham Palace once he had delivered the speech. At 1,223 words, the King's speech was the longest by a monarch at a state opening of Parliament since 2005. It began with the King noted that the COVID pandemic and the war in Ukraine had created significant long-term challenges for the kingdom. He said Sunak's government was focused on increasing economic growth and safeguarding the health and security of the British people for generations to come. And that is the end of our headlines. Let's get into the topic of the day. What you saying? What is that? What proof?
You thought I was joking? Okay, cool. Should have made a bet with you still. Should have made a bet with you. I don't make bets. I don't plan to win. So.
Is that how you're feeling? Yeah.
What are you saying?
Okay. Is that traditional? What tradition? What country is that from?
That was a mix of Ghanaian and Suriname.
Well, you're blending patterns.
That was the wedding, no? So that was.
Oh, what? Because that's where the bride and queen was from.
Yeah.
You're not beating these flipping charges, man. Where's your Nigerian guys, man?
Say again?
Where's your Nigerian guy? Man?
I ain't been to a Nigerian wedding. If I went to a Nigerian
I thought
wedding,
this is what you were gonna show, you know.
Oh, yeah, but it's still traditional attire, though,
We've
isn't
been
it?
seeing British culture. We've been seeing it. We know that you wear traditional stuff. It's supposed to be your country.
I hear that, but I haven't been to a Nigerian wedding. What do you want me to do? What, to make one up?
To be honest, I actually thought that's what you were going to send.
Okay. But I thought, but again, it's still African attire.
But you can dress up all the time. I see you dress up all the time.
No, but he said, yeah, if I go to an African wedding, I don't wear the garbs. And I'm saying I do. That's show right there.
No, it's like half and half because we did think you were going to show traditional.
But I haven't been to Nigeria. I haven't been to Nigerian wedding. So how can I show you? How can I show you something I haven't been to?
It's not you cosplaying as a.
Cosplay. I hear you, man. I hear you. I tried, didn't it? That's what I'm just saying.
Do a poll, Brent. Ask him if he's going to beat the charges or not.
Oh, you dumb.
I'm not in control of the stuff, so you can speak to my AI, and then I'm sure that the person will
speak to my AI. You know?
Yeah, AI. Let's get a Brent. I mean, let's get a poll, please. Let's find out if Richie's going to beat these charges or not.
I'm beating the charges.
I don't think he is.
I've already beat them, man. Do you know what I mean? I got the judge in my pocket. All sorts. I'm good, man. Trust me.
corruption.
All right, cool. So let's see what's here for topic of the day. I haven't even read ahead, you know. Should have done that, innit?
Before we jump into that, you know what comments like what like Sue will be saying, the wild ones, right?
Mm.
She's representing Rishi.
Is she?
Rishi has chosen for her to be in a particular position.
Yeah, but
And
they're not controlling what she says,
In my
though.
head, any copy that goes out, you have to basically pass it by the main man because he's going to be on the ropes for this, right? The entire Conservative Party is going to be on the ropes for this. So every time you put it out, it needs to go in front of some people.
Yeah, but it's her words, isn't it?
When you say it's her words, she has like complete control
Of what she says, to a certain extent. That's one of the top. She covers one of the top positions in the country.
I want you to link what she does to the Conservative Party and to Rishi also. So if it is that she performs badly, he also needs to get stick for this because he's the one who puts in that particular position.
Yeah, but there's all kinds of fairies. Have you seen the fairy going around that she's trying to get herself sacked?
What for?
She could lose that position because she wants to make a run at leadership herself.
So by what?
I know, it's crazy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Is that in the LBC streets?
Yeah, there's people that actually believe this. There's people in the know in that you could I don't know where to say value their opinions, but yeah, there's actually people that actually believe this kind of stuff.
You know, it's so
There's
weird.
people that think she's making a run at leadership, innit? You know what I'm trying to say?
And this is how
Probably
you
is
do it.
though.
This is how you do
Like
it.
long term.
This is how you do it.
I don't know. This is my
Definitely not how you do it.
well, you say that, but if she's appealing to their base with certain issues,
But is she saying that homelessness is a lifestyle choice?
I mean, I don't know. Like, what is like? There's probably a lot of people in a lot of their constituents, yeah, that have probably voiced moaning about the homeless issue.
To be honest, I mean, in saying that,
Seeing people on the street and all that. There is probably people that's
a lot of people
that
do
could-
think that conservatives are out of touch with the regular people,
yeah, but
normal people.
exactly. So, and there's probably a lot of them that think the homeless. But obviously, the homeless problem's highest has been in God knows how long. You know what I'm trying to say? There's probably people that have disdain for them being on the street. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, not the average
'Cause it's
working class.
inconvenient.
Yeah,
for
but
them
that
to
homeless thing
watch.
is
Yeah,
wild.
just whatever. I don't want to see it.
It's never around their area, is it?
Possibly not. Or maybe it's seeping into the area. What I'm trying to say is maybe I don't know how much of a bigger issue it is, but maybe even doing that is appeasing a certain base of hers. You know what I'm trying to say? There's people that have all these kind of things. There's things that they say, the things that they go after. They don't do it for no reason. You know what I'm trying to say? Because that's the kind of politics that they're doing. They will fabricate these kind of things and make these kind of narratives to appeal to their base to get these kind of votes. So maybe that's a thing over there. You get me? The homeless issue. So she tackled it. Like, yeah, we're gonna deal with it. We're gonna get rid of them. Obviously, a lot of the normal people and the working class, down to earth people saw that and was horrified. There's obviously some people on the other side. It's like, yay, gonna get rid of the homeless.
I want to
Yay.
believe what you're saying. I want to believe that all of them think that way, right? Because it proves my point that when she put out the flipping copy, everybody would be like, yeah, it's good. Let's run it. She can't just put it out without anybody checking it. She's the Home Secretary. She represents the Conservative Party
She's got a lot
on
to
a
do.
massive scale.
Well, ain't she just supposed to be handling like security and like and she's worried about all the other things. The things that she's doing, I don't even know if that's even in her job title. The kind of
No,
conversations.
everything to do at home, right?
Home secretary.
It's not home security. It's
yeah, no, I hear you, but like I'm saying, like immigration and these things, there's things that should be like more higher up on the.
Let me see what the job is of a Home Secretary.
It's gonna be all of the above, but it's one of the highest positions in the country.
100%.
That's what I'm trying to say. So she might not have a lot of people that's policing her. Look,
No, don't do that.
Rishi's got his own.
No, no,
Rishi's
no,
got his
no,
own
no.
things going on. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? He's got a lot. He's got to deal with, and that. Like, he can't be
So
like
he's
proofreading. He can't be
you're saying he's
proofreading.
finding out things for the first time.
Sometimes
in real time.
I reckon he can't be proofreading all of her
I could do that
shit.
with Boris
No, but
Johnson.
someone proofreads it for like him. Someone will tell him about what she's writing.
Like before she goes out and makes a statement of this stature,
He will have like
he's having a
knowledge.
aide saying, "All right, cool. This is what she's gonna say." He's like, "All right, cool."
They've walked it back. If he was standing by her, then they
Because of
wouldn't
the
have.
backlash.
Yeah, but I think if he was standing by her, they wouldn't have. They're getting backlash from
He's
flipping.
not standing by her now, but he still has her in power.
What does it say that
The Home Secretary ultimately has to answer to Parliament and is responsible for making sure our communities in all force areas are kept safe and secure and for protecting our national borders and security.
See, I told you, security, man.
Not just security though.
So you just said, hey.
There you go.
I saw the word.
Sorry, I heard it. You get me?
All right. So the last. Oh, sorry. I'm going to start reading out the results of the polls from now on once it's relevant. Sorry, I just got a message.
Oh, from the
Yeah,
poll.
No, from the AI.
What, whether Richie beat the occasion?
No,
don't,
that was the
man.
previous poll. The previous poll was something else. But when it is that we get the results in, I'm going to read it out.
No problem.
You're not beating it.
I'm beating it still.
You're not
It doesn't
beating it.
matter. I'm still Nigerian. That doesn't define me. So that's
100%.
okay.
You don't have to listen to what we're saying.
No. I
the rest of the
don't.
world.
I don't. It is.
Yeah, no, I don't know if how much say they have in what she does. Maybe after the fact. You get what I'm trying to say? Like maybe when she do that, they could pull her up and have their little cabinet meetings and but when she's going
She's
about
given
her
autonomy, basically.
yeah, I think she's got autonomy when she's going about her
Have
day.
your way with it. Go on, take your independence and see where you run with it.
Not necessarily, but you know your job and your job description is you're supposed to be in line with the party. You know where we're going and what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I've put you in place so you can do your job. I don't think she's being micromanaged. How can he do that? If you got to micromanage your ministers, you're doing everything. Like the PM can't be doing that. You put the people in place that you're confident of doing the job. You have a remit, have a thing that is like a clear vision. Party, you are aligned, and everybody goes and do what they do together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to
I
say?
prefer my theory that he knew, because like I said, I want to tar the entire party with this particular brush. So when it comes to election time, and Imael says he's going to be devil's advocate for the Conservative Party, I'll throw this into the mix.
Would you be able to look past their politics? I mean, look past their some of their behaviours and their things, whatever it may be. If the politics is right. Like, what are you gonna do if you look at all this, like the stuff that come out, and you're like,
I'm going to say they're lying again. This can't be true. They're lying again. That's what I'm gonna go for. That's the line I'm gonna go for. Sorry, I've seen nothing to basically deter me from me thinking they're just lying again.
I don't know what's gonna change in. What is it? 12 months now? 14 months coming up?
14 years coming up.
No, to the elections.
It's around the corner, more or less. Because it's going to be a whole run-up.
I don't know what they could do to change things, man. They've had 13 years.
They're not... Anyway.
No, to change that the way the trajectory that they're on. But the way it's looking like they're out, innit? Really and truly. Let's have it right. They're trying everything they can to try and claw it back, and they're trying all kinds of crazy politics to try and make a go of it. But
I'm not sure if this is helping.
I don't know. They've had too long. They've had too long to mess it up. You get what I'm trying to say? Even the stuff that they're doing now, like, it's for 13 years. Some of the stuff, like, even like some of the changes that you're looking to make now, like 13 years is where it took you to get to this conclusion. Like, you've maybe moving, like, you've been doing the right things. You've been resting on your laurels, or worse ways, procrastinating, or whatever it may be. But it's too long. They've had too long to fuck the place up. I don't think people want to go pick them.
I hear you, but what Rishi's going to do is he's going to be like, just take my little stint and see what I've done in that particular time, and just imagine 4 years of this loveliness. He's not going to reference or cite the last 14 years.
Yeah, but you have to though. It's the parties. It's where we are now, after in control of views. Regardless of all the different leadership, it's the same people. It's the party. You can't escape it.
Huh? Now everybody's bunching together, right?
Yeah, no, he can't escape. They can't escape it. That's not. That's not fair.
He has no autonomy for himself. Yeah, it's just the party. Yeah.
Rishi can't talk about no. Just look what I've done in the last couple of months. No.
Yeah.
Because then who's responsible? That means so what? Them not just get away with it. No, it all falls on you. Who's responsible?
This is it.
For everything that's happened.
Amen.
Yeah, because you're the leader.
Amen.
Well, you agree with me, right?
I agree with you.
So why are you smiling at that?
Because that's what I'm trying to say. They're only one flipping pot. If one says it, they're all saying it.
Yeah, they're fucked up, man. But we'll see.
We will see. It's going to be exciting commentary from us, though.
Yeah.
We can get some experts in and whatnot. It'll be heated conversations, though. Because they're not going to hold any punches, either side. So I'm wondering what dirt is going to be coming out. It's going to be very exciting.
Wasco said the exact same thing. Winston Churchill's great-grandson, literally at LBC yesterday, he was saying that it's going to be a bloody election and no one is going to be pulling...
Who was that? I was just watching that just now.
Forgot his name. It was that he was talking to Alan Marr.
Yeah. That's what I was watching when he came in.
Yeah. Saying it's gonna be.
He's a conservative.
Yeah. But he doesn't appreciate what my girl said.
Yeah, he was saying, we fought for the freedoms to march and protest and have freedom of choice. Don't be cancelling this march and don't be calling it hate marches either. And he's a conservative.
I don't like politicians because when they're on these shows and people are trying to hold their feet to the fire and get information or like question them and all that, they never answer the question.
Never.
Which is so annoying to me. They never answer the question.
Avoid it.
They use language that's like they're just so manipulative.
You don't hate them. You are them. Don't go that. Don't do
What
that.
do you mean?
Because when you don't want to answer the question, you don't answer the question. So don't do that. Don't do that. You would just use more colourful language.
And then like they changed the question. They answer a question that nobody asked, like, and start giving you information and start telling you about this or this initiative here, and that's why.
That's real politicians.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever is there, don't answer it. And that's why we're trying to and start talking about. One second. No, who are you talking to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody asked you this foolishness that you're telling us. You get me? They don't answer no questions.
Yeah, the trick is to get them away from their talking points.
Yeah.
That's if it is that you're able to do that as an interviewer, then you're gonna get your flipping credit, man. But
they're too skilled, man. Well, it shows that. Oh, I like watching ones that ain't particularly skilled.
Just trip up.
Those are the best ones to watch. Like, oh, you're very good, are you? All right, look. Our topic of the day says, what would you put in a time capsule? What messages would you want to send to the future?
Interesting.
That's just in general. Okay, what about, say, things you're going to leave for your family and that or something like that? What do you want your family to know about you? Or about, like, the time that you live in?
I would want them to know the struggle, what it was like in the era.
How do you depict struggle in a time capsule?
As in, maybe write a letter, maybe.
Okay. Just doom and gloom.
No.
What?
No, but as in like,
Man, it's hard, man. It's hard.
you don't even know. You wanna try to other than a letter, you wanna try to capture what it is the atmosphere is like now as opposed to what it might be. You have no idea what it's gonna be like then. So all you can do is go off what it is like now or what you had to go through to get to certain places. Just like the general well-being of the world at the time. Because remember, we have no idea what it's going to be like then. However, much time. It doesn't say how much time goes past. What's it?
In the future.
500 years.
Did you say that?
It says, at the bottom it says 500 years.
Oh, okay, forget that. But let's go through one thing. But I'm saying, what kind of... I don't know what, because I've never even.
I've seen people do them like in films and.
Yeah, I've never thought of making a capsule before. What kind of things would you put in a capsule, Brent?
time capsule, I'd put, I guess, a few. Well, I wouldn't put a few iterations. I'd probably put an iPhone in a charger.
Well, just an iPhone and charger.
Yeah, I was trying to be clever. I would put a couple iterations of the Bible in there, right? And then lock it in. And then, obviously, down the line, you could check and reference to see how it's changed, did it? If it has.
Probably will be, to be fair.
What else would I put in a time capsule of any relevance or worth?
It's tough. What would actually have the impact? Like, if it depending on how far into the future, an iPhone, well, the battery's going to be dead by then. We don't like.
That's why you put the charger in.
Yeah, but then you might not even have the you know what I'm trying to say? The plug sockets or the USB or whatever. No, because it could be on a totally different flow. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it could be that something. It needs to be something that's going to withstand the test of time.
That's why I said I'd write a letter.
That technology can't thing, like an abacus or something.
Oh, what?
An abacus.
Oh, those.
Calculator flow. I'm just telling you.
Anyhow.
Like, no, but you know what I mean? Though something that they could pick up and still use. Not that they're gonna look at it and it's dead and it's dead. This is a flat screen and the battery's dead. Okay, cool. This does nothing for me. What do I do with this? You get what I mean? Or maybe like a whether I care about it or not. Maybe like a magazine from some type of magazine that's got.
But don't you want it to represent
maybe
you though?
Pop culture references in it or something so people can look at it and see something of the time that was going on.
That's why I said I'd write a letter, because then it's more heartfelt and you'd be speaking about yourself, but you'd be speaking about your experiences as well and just whatever's going on in the world, so they get a sense and some kind of
That's
a picture.
too much of one. That's just your perspective of. That's not again because you're
but
going to give them a do.
yeah, but this
it's
person,
hard out here.
No, I'm not just saying just a struggle. I just mean a letter in general. Just like you're just.
Yeah, you know what? A letter would make sense. I hear a letter. Obviously, depending on what angle you're going to come from, but a
Yeah.
letter to say.
You could be speaking about the world. You could be speaking about yourself, where you come from, where you're going, wherever it is. By the time they say it, you're going to be long gone, and the world's going to be look different. So, because remember, whatever's in there is meant to represent you or paint a picture of the times and you at the same time. So
yeah, because we're in this technological age, everything technology. I think it's tough for us. The things that we want to put in there might be obsolete or not be able to access or whatever like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think of more. I don't want to say meaningful, but I don't know. Do you get what I mean? Like something that's gonna last, or something that's gonna have an effect on the person that actually picks up on the other side. You get me? That has some type of use. Do you get what I mean?
Someone said they put a USB in there with certain things.
Yeah, USB. I mean, I can hear it.
Hopefully, they can still use USB, like in however long.
500 years is a long time. It might not be USB. Then you know what I mean? It might be.
Might not have the ports for them.
That technology might be obsolete and dead and gone, and it's just a stick.
All right, let me change the question. If you were to open a time capsule now, that was probably buried in
World War or the slavery times.
let's say World War II.
Yeah.
What would you like to see?
Bullets.
Instruments, whatever, like instruments of the time, like
When you say instruments, as in the same instruments that you can have now, because they would probably be the same.
yeah, they just might not be using them. Just like what for real, it's kind of like not the technology, but yeah, it is kind of technology, but obviously it's a different type in it. Just what kind of tools, what was of the time in it. That's what I'm trying to say. So obviously you would want to put things on there for us to represent us, but a lot of it is all electric based.
Us?
Our generation. Now, if we was moving forward, it would be electric based. A lot of the tools that we use every day are all electric based. By the time they're dead, back in the day, it was World War One. It's bare. It's hand wooden stuff. Like if that makes sense, you get what I'm trying to say. The tools that could last. So it's different.
Yeah.
So you can understand what's going on for the time, whether it be like I said, something like an abacus, or if it be I don't know compasses, or just whatever tools they'll use.
Yeah.
That'll give you an idea of what was going on at the time, and you'd be like, right, this is what they was using back a day, innit?
Yeah.
With us, because it's all technology, because of the technology, it's all electronic goods.
Yeah.
They're all going to be dead. Like, is there anything that's not electronic goods that we can put there from us now that represent us?
Sorry, I changed the question.
Yeah, I know, but I was.
Yeah.
I done the,
let's not go back there just now.
I didn't have an answer for you, so I done the.
I would really like to see what, like a magazine and the type of marketing and advertising, the type of language, the type of copy used.
What magazine would you put to represent you? OK magazine?
I'm not putting anything. I'm opening the capsule.
Yeah, so once you realise what you want to see, you got to...
I'm not going back there just yet.
I want
just saying, when you open up this capsule, what would you like to see? If during the World War II, someone's buried a whole set of stuff, what would you like to open up this capsule and see? I would definitely like to see some...
Like a newspaper or something like this.
Yeah, I would like to see a couple of things that the Nazis have probably tried to, hide.
Propaganda stuff or...
That might be interesting. Like, what would they really drop in from the planes and saying about the Jews?
Yeah, the leaflets, the flights, and all that.
Yeah. And what were they saying about black people also? Did black people make the cut?
Just to check. Yeah, a newspaper from that time or something like that, just to see what get a pulse of the country, what kind of tone was going out there.
Yeah, I'd like to see if it is that Daily Mail has changed.
I'd like to see...
Been running the Sun, whatever.
I'd
Telegraph.
like to see inside
Times.
information on what the Nazis were experimenting on. Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like their kind of documents, their
Yeah,
classified files or... Yeah, maybe. Something
Like the remote viewing and all of the occult stuff that they were into.
all of that. Because they were way ahead of their time.
Ahead of their time.
Yeah. They were ahead of their time. I mean, I'm talking about technology. I'm not talking about before that goes left.
These men were innovators.
And what I mean by that is obviously after the war, a lot of what I mean by that is after the war, a lot of the Americans took their scientists over to make them work in because they were doing certain things. So again before that goes left. That's what I meant. Disclaimer.
Yeah, man. I just want to see normal things, man, just so I can know, so you can understand about the day and age. Maybe like
they had condoms back then, right?
The money, huh?
Did they have condoms back then?
I don't know. When was condoms invented?
It's an interesting question. Did they have them during World War II?
I thought. I wouldn't know.
Did they though? Because at one point in time, when a lot of people came over here, up north, there's pure mixed race babies.
I feel like condoms is like a 60s thing or something. 50s.
Yeah. Right.
Or at least when they started.
They still weren't using them.
When they started using them anyway.
They still weren't using them. Do you think there's that much mixed race people up north for no reason?
Why do you keep saying mixed race people?
Because what do you mean?
All right.
It's a good question.
Like, the correlation, man. We're talking about
1844.
Yeah, first rubber condom was produced in 1855.
You must mean 1954.
The earliest rubber condom had a seam and was as thick as a bicycle in a tube.
That shit was dry.
Way.
Besides this type, small rubber condoms covering only the glands were often used in England and the United States. I need to see a picture of this.
Thick like inner tube.
That shit was dry. The man had
Does that mean they made lube ASAP then?
Did they though?
They must have.
You'd think so.
You can't have thick like bicycle tube condom and not
that
have no lube.
Shit was dry.
They must have made lube the next month after it dropped.
That looks raw. What?
Are you sure it's 1844, not 1944?
Nah, that thing looks hella dry.
Effective though.
What was it?
As thick as bicycle in the tube.
Nah, that looks wild.
They must have been down bad, you know. You gotta understand what must have been like. Their man was going through it to inspire a man to make condoms. Because before they were just fucking in it and they just doing what they're doing in it. And then it's when you start buck up in problems now, and then you're running into these problems and you're like, okay, cool, this is definitely in correlation to the sex that we're having. We need to do something to combat this. They must have been down bad to lead them to that. No, especially to the thick, like bicycle tube.
One of them condoms looks like a flashlight. That's wild.
It's necessity. They knew trouble in there from...
There's no women in this picture.
What?
There's no women in this picture.
Okay, what are you trying to say?
All right.
So Brent wants condoms in the time capsule.
I want to see what they look like, innit?
No, I don't want to see what they look like. I've seen enough.
Sorry, this is my capsule I'm opening up.
Oh, okay, cool.
What else would I like to see?
1 second, I'm trying to... what was your list? So what's your list again? Nazi stuff?
Yeah, Nazi propaganda.
Nazi propaganda, condoms.
And I want to see a couple of papers...
Newspapers.
During that time, yeah.
Okay,
because obviously during that time also, you had a lot of UFO sightings, and there was a whole Area 51. All that was all over the newspapers. So I want to see what
they were actually
reporting
wrote.
on. Yeah. That'd be really good. It's more so knowledge that I kind of want to open up that like lid and see, because a lot of that stuff would have been lost or changed. So if it is, I could actually have something that was still like pristine, intact, then that's a gold mine I'm opening up. I'm thinking, would that be the same now back into the present day? Would that be what it is that we look to do? We try to tell the truth and put whatever it is that we can in here to let, I don't know, somebody 400 years down the line open up and see.
Yeah, a book and stuff like that would be good. Magazine of the times, but again, there's back in the day, that would like say you had like some type of magazine or whatever, that would give you an idea of what's going on at the time of the culture. In this day and age, yeah, we've got so much choices in that. Yeah, it's like what type of magazine would you put in there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? You can't just say a magazine. That magazine could be on anything. It could be flipping OK magazine to Men's Health.
Yeah.
To flipping. You know what I'm trying to say? That there's so many like, what do you put in there? What type of magazine do you put in there?
I think I'd put in cassette tape, cassette player. If you can still kind of get them, CD player, CD disc. I'd probably have a mash tongue.
You know, someone said that he's put in the Mash Time mixtapes in there.
Yeah.
That's all right. You can put in a mini. So if you put in a mini disc or Discman or Walkman, like you're saying with the tapes or the CDs things with some batteries, because the batteries will the batteries last?
Of course not.
Oh,
They
no,
would
the
have just
batteries
died.
die.
Remember, batteries are last what? No more than a couple of years, maybe.
What if you don't use them? If they're not being used?
So at some point,
Yeah, I
even
think they'll expire.
yeah, they'll expire.
I think so.
Okay, shit. So then that's what I'm saying. They can't even play the music. There's all these bright ideas to put these things. They can't play them.
No, they would.
They'll find a way.
I will put pictures of what they need to do in order to make a battery.
Oh, so you're giving them instructions as well. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This is how. And to be honest, if you are mad technological, and obviously in the future, and you open up this thing and you see these rudimentary tools and instruments, which is that you mentioned before, and then you get instructions of how to actually build it. It's now pristine, valuable, priceless artifacts.
But the first thing they're gonna think it's gonna look super prehistoric to them.
Oh, I will create a book, and I'll make up a whole set of black facts.
Okay.
And I would say that over the last century, we've been running white people like how they ran us. And I'll make it really extravagant and put citations and whatnot. All false, obviously. But they would know that. But then when it is that they see it, they're like, oh, this is the truth. Just what I'm saying. So I'll rewrite history for the future. Because that's what we're doing right now. We're finding Dead Sea Scrolls, right? Those are capsules. And we're saying this is how it was back in the day.
I said I'll rewrite history
I know.
for the future.
That's crazy.
I think that could work.
Depending on
When it is that they open it.
Well, depending on their life and what they've gone through, depending on what you say, they could probably tell whether it's total bullshit or not.
And depends who
Like
finds
that.
it as well.
They didn't go like that.
A wicked person.
A wicked person could have been that straight
would
away.
put a virus in there that could only kill a certain demographic.
What, in the box?
Yes,
In the time capsule.
Why?
because they're wicked. And when you open it, it releases this virus
Deadly
that
virus.
licks off a certain demographic of people.
What, 500 years in the future? That's
That's
No,
evil, man.
nobody's
To be honest, 500 years in the future is probably everybody's going to be mixed. It's going to have some black in them. So
Well,
maybe not.
to be fair, in 50 years, half the world's gonna have Nigerian DNA. So, you know,
What's that about? What's that?
in 50 years' time, half the world's gonna have Nigerian DNA
How come?
because we're back. You go under a rock in a dark place, there's a Nigerian there.
Like a cockroach?
Point of the matter is, anywhere in the world you go, we're around.
50%, 50% of the world.
I don't like that you said that. Like they're just on the rocks. I don't like how you said that.
Well, no. The point I'm making is
Put some more
everywhere you
respect on
go,
Nigerian
everywhere
names.
we go, any part of the world, we are there. Like there's a Nigerian around there
Indians.
somewhere. And who?
Indians do that.
I wasn't talking about
Everywhere in the
Indians.
world you find
I
Indians.
wasn't talking about Indians. I'm just big up to them, but I wasn't talking about
Everywhere in the world you find white people too. Taking stuff.
I'm still trying to work out what we could put in from our
Now.
time now that someone could pick up
I
in
find value in
100 years and use.
and use a condom.
Okay, that's one.
That's gonna be dry.
That would work.
No, you seal it with the liquid.
anything
of
you seal it
everlasting
with is
liquid.
gonna.
But again, how
Anything you
can,
seal it with is gonna
Everlasting
be
lube.
dead.
how can that be all we got to offer? And it was made in 1842. Like, is there something from the 2000s or 2023 that we could put in there? That's
No, I said you would put a condom on today.
huh?
You put a condom that you can buy in the shop today in the box.
Yes, and in 500 years they're gonna see a condom.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is that condom was created in 1842, Like I'm saying, a lot of this news technology that we got now, I would say it would be kind of pointless putting in the box because once they get there, it's going to be died. You can't use it. Is there anything from our time that we could put in there
what
that they
about-
could take up and use?
Condom.
I don't know about you. I don't know. I don't know about you yet, but we can take a book out of. We can take a leaf out of NASA's book where they take the vinyl and when they send stuff into space, just in case anyone finds it, they put a bunch of stuff in the vinyl basically within the vinyl. So if someone plays it or whatever, then XYZ comes up.
Yeah.
And like it's basically like having a USB.
Yeah.
But they've sent it out into space.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
whoever
yeah.
finds it, so that we could kind of maybe something along those
Your
lines.
idea of putting the chemicals, putting the information about how to make a battery, how to charge the thing to use it, is kind of makes sense because we're
But why would they care about that? They have super advanced technology.
But they won't be able to. We may not be able to play the cassette.
No,
get
they
what I'm
won't be
saying?
able to. Okay, you mean just to play the cassette?
Yeah,
okay,
just to-
cool.
So archaic.
So
Archaic. It's old. They would have far advanced with
yeah,
energy and battery.
So if you just tell them, look, get the zinc and the copper and the plus and the minus and the wire, hook this up, charge it.
That's gonna be ancient to them. But I hear it.
But you can walk them through how to do it, and then
I think in the future we are going to really feel that archaic stuff is priceless.
arcade stuff.
Archaic, old stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be priceless. Because if it is you're thinking about how or where AI can take us, what does art look like in the future? So the stuff that we are able to make with our hands, or the stuff that we haven't lost in translation or lack of practice over the years because AI is just doing it, is going to be the stuff that people pay big money for. It's going to be an underground market, a black market.
Someone said some Henny and some trainers.
clothes though, fashion, so clothes all the time.
Alcohol.
Well, that's probably that will last.
Yeah.
I just meant, but yeah, what about clothes? Like something that represents you, so you can see like the fashion of the time.
Like a hoodie.
You could put Nigerian stuff in there, proper stuff.
100%. Put some jollof in the box. Might rock, but
Probably meant like just like traditional clothes.
yeah, I know.
that would do it. Some flags or something, like a flag.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll even still,
What have nations?
yeah, like
They ain't going nowhere.
you say that, but
Countries and borders.
you say that, but once upon a time, not all these countries even had names.
They did. They just had different names.
Yeah, but as in like now they got like certified borders and the people running the borders and
Yeah, them borders were man-made, but they would have had their own. They would have had their own regions and stuff that they live in. People always move like this when things get discovered by newer people or whatever. Talking about it didn't have no name. Of course, it had a name. The people that lived there at the time, you get me, that are native to the land would have called it something.
I just mean it's not the same name that we refer to it now. So who's to say that's even going to have the same name later on? Hence the flags.
It probably won't, and there might be new nations that have been established and stuff like that. That's why you give them the old flags and show them some of the old nations so they know what was going in back
For
then.
example, look at Yugoslavia. That place turned into like 4 different countries.
See, and that would be a good. That's what I'm trying to say. That would be a good thing to put in there, even like with history, to go find like with the when USSR broke up and stuff like that, to find out all that kind of stuff that was going on. There's a lot of African nations that got independence and come to get created and made up their own flags and stuff like that after them European countries give them back and all that. So all that kind of information at some point, them joints went there as well. So it don't matter. It would be good to have representation of flags and shit. I'm just trying to think because we ain't got nothing important to us. Books, clothes,
News articles, letters.
obviously condoms for Brent. And then that's it. Is there anything else? Have they got any good ideas in the chat? I ain't looked. There's not much we can do. Literature.
There's not much.
Is there any new instruments been made, Brent?
Someone said put a masculine guy in the capsule.
What are you looking at, Brent?
I want to change this topic. It's bollocks. All right, so we were talking about culture just now, innit?
Yeah.
With Rich, right? Question, Rich. How has your cultural heritage influenced your family dynamics and traditions?
Family dynamics. Um,
Can you share any specific cultural traditions or practices that are important within your family?
Can you put them in a time capsule?
Definitely can't put them in a time capsule. Respect, integrity, principles. As in, like, what my mum taught me when I was younger.
Cultural traditions?
Well, as a Nigerian, that's what, like,
Did you know what life is like in Nigeria?
I've never been to Nigeria.
Did your mother ever talk to you about what life was like?
Not really. I just learned everything from her and like my uncles and stuff.
So she did.
No.
Were any stories told to you?
No, only
There's a lot
like
of stories were told to me when I was
only
growing up.
only things I heard is just like just little sayings and stuff now and then. Just, you know, if I got in trouble or X, Y, Z, she'll say some words from somewhere. If it was either the Bible or wherever she got it from. But in terms of, because remember again, I've only ever known this country, so I get why people would go with the whole westernized thing. But yeah.
How about your grandparents?
I don't know them.
Okay. Sorry, man. Margs, your mother was born here. Was your father born here?
Westernized.
Did you just say you don't know where your father was born? Oh my goodness. Well, at least he's not complaining about you not doing anything about it. You don't know where your father's born?
He's probably born here.
I said probably.
How old is he? 60.
What do you know about Jamaica, based on what your grandparents have told you? Any stories they told you at all?
What, like Anansi and that?
You can say whatever. I don't. If your grandma told you about Anansi, then cool. Tell me.
What? And that's the spider.
Yeah. Always causing trouble. You get me? But no, I don't remember my nan telling me any stories about Jamaica, to be totally honest with you.
Where does your identity, this Jamaican identity, stem from, other than your mother saying, yeah, your mother, my mother, we're Jamaican?
From growing up with my grandmother.
All right. How was that conveyed or translated into your life?
Because
Is it just the cooking?
Just the way she lives. She was over here, but she's a Caribbean woman, isn't it? Like, she's not an English woman, she's a Caribbean woman, so everything.
Did she ever talk about the good old days? Did she ever share any stories with you about?
There weren't no good old days. She was happy to be over here. She don't like Jamaica. She don't want to go back. You think she want good old days? She gives a shit about Jamaica. My nan and that was wicked.
My goodness.
My nan's not one of them want to go home and get retired and that. She left Jamaica. She never wanted to go back. She would never see that place again as long as she lives, as far as she's concerned. She's happy over here. She came over here for a reason. She wanted to leave all of that shit behind her. You get me? The way that they lived and the way they grew up, she was done with it. She wanted something different, something better. So she's not romanticizing Jamaica or doing all that stuff. She's here, we're in England now. This is where we are. This is what we're doing.
So when you were young, the funness of being Jamaican, I'm not sure if it is that you actually identified it as a Jamaican descendant when you were younger.
Probably not. Just raised in a Jamaican household. Like,
so you didn't even know you were Jamaican. You were just.
Yeah, I guess so. When you're young, you don't know the difference in it until maybe until you get a bit older and you're a bit aware, and then you start having different friends and you start going over to their different households and seeing how people live and how people talk, and then seeing people with different accents and whatnot. You know what I'm trying to say? Because a lot of our grandparents that came over here first, in their households, they were still whatever they was, in it, if that makes sense. Like, they still had their strong accents and their traditions and their way of doing things and whatnot. So that's just what you was raised in. So the way my nan lives, the way my nan talks, the things she says, the saying she says, the music she plays, the food she cooks, whatnot, in her little bubble in her house is Caribbean, in it. So that's just what I know. It's not until you go somewhere else and they do things different, or it's different over there. You're like,
did she ever tell you why she didn't like Jamaica?
Nah, just because I don't know, like they just would have had it hard over there, and innit? Like that. She's of the mindset of coming over here, coming over to England for something better, for a better way of living and stuff like that. Like they would have, the way that they would have grew up, like in small houses, big families, and you get what I'm trying to say. Like just what they're living through. She's not romanticizing that shit at all. She don't want nothing to do with that. She wants something different. She want to come over here and work and earn money and give her kids all the things that she never had and all that kind of stuff. You get what I'm trying to say? That's more her attitude towards it. I don't ever remember her like romanticizing Jamaica like that, or going home, or wanting to retire and earn thing and go back home and all that. My nan was never done. My nan was never like that. Never done that. Mm-mm.
Oh man,
You've been to Jamaica though, innit?
Yeah, not with my family though.
It's random.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, as an adult, gone over there and checked it. Like I haven't, but my family. We're in connection with my family. Her kids moved. One of them went to Cayman Island. One of them went to America. Whatnot. One of my aunties, when the daughter was being bad, and we need to get rid of her. So my mum went over there, bring her over, and then she come and lived with us. Like, and obviously she's here now. We raised her hair and stuff like that. So I'm in connection and in thing with my family. Like I know. See what I'm trying to say?
Wait, you say get rid of her?
They wanted to get rid of her. She was too bad. So we bring her over here. We raised Christine over here. We took her. My mum went over there. Yeah, my mum went over there and took her. She come from when she was about 14, 15, and she was so bad. She was so
So I was fortunate enough for my parents to tell me who tell stories about their childhood and how it was different to today.
Do they want to go home though? Do they always love home?
But the majority of their life has been in Trinidad, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they want to go back now. My mother wouldn't because all of her friends are here. My father would because all his family's there.
Okay.
My mother and her family, she became a Christian really early. When she was a zealous Christian. And that part of the family, they were interested in alternative religions, isn't it? Even that has a story that is vivid. So she has nothing there aside from them still being alive. There's no pining to go back there. But a lot of their stories about their childhood, I know. I know it intricately enough to say that I lived it. That's how detailed it was when it was told to me. And I feel such a connection to Trinidad in my youth based on the stories that were passed down to me. So the value of my identity for me is when I hear you talking about this Dinex, like I would wish that the same thing that was done to me, story-wise, was done to you all also, because this would have made a very interesting conversation. But you're telling me your grandmother couldn't wait to get out of Jamaica.
Yeah.
So much so that she kept the food, the music, but all the stories she didn't basically tell you. And I'm thinking she may have told your mummy though.
Yeah, probably.
But your mummy just didn't pass it down to you.
Yeah, because my mum used to go to Jamaica and that all the time. And like, especially like when she was younger, maybe in her 20s and stuff like that, they used to go. But then for whatever reason, she just started copying Nanny. She decided she don't want to go back there either. She decided she's done with Jamaica. You get me? So they don't want to go. They don't want to go back there.
I could understand your mother feeling that way because she was born here. I can understand that.
Yeah, but we're still was always in touch with.
Don't say we. Don't say we.
Where is we? It's our family.
Don't say we. Don't say we now.
Why?
I live vicariously through your mummy's.
Why? Like our aunt, like I said, our
It's
aunties.
weird I just said that because I'm living vicariously through my.
Yeah, there you
stories.
go.
Yeah.
Our
But
aunties,
I had
friends of the
stories told to me,
families,
you had nothing told
cousins,
to you.
brown lady. These people will call and contact. We would be in contact with Jamaica all the time. Like I said, my mum would go back there. We've took kids over from
You
there.
lived there though, as opposed to vacationed there.
Have we?
Stop saying okay. We, as in you're talking for your mother now, right?
Yeah.
Has she lived there?
No, I
Alright.
don't think so. No.
It's a bit different.
I think I told you that, man. I think my mum was in my nan's belly when she came over.
Oh, so you're saying she is? She was born there.
She was well.
Technicality.
It's technicality, isn't it?
Technicality.
Just mean it.
She kind of just missed that. It was on the cusp.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
No, sure. That's the story. She was with child. She was carrying them.
Yeah.
She carried them over here. You get me?
Yeah.
So, what you want to do? Or would that be?
There we go.
Morning.
Good morning.
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 How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank God you switched the topic because that time capsule topic was rubbish. But anyway,
Well, I didn't make it. So.
You did make it.
I didn't.
How you doing?
Who made it?
Manuel.
Oh.
I wonder what he was saying at the time.
and I feel like that time capsule question has come up before. But anyway, in terms of what you guys are talking about currently, don't you think like it's our job now to be asking the questions to our elders, the stories? Like they may not have told us, but don't you think we're adult enough to know now to have the responsibility to ask those questions now? Because I feel like this is where we're gonna how are we gonna pass it on to our children? Like if that's I mean, I know for me that's personally a main like priority for me.
Yeah.
Like I cannot have my son going out in the world believing he's British and only British.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like I remind him daily, you're not you was born here and stuff, but you're Nigerian. I tell him that even though he wasn't born there or anything, and I try to instill that, I correct him all the time, even to the point where he says it now. But I just think, but I feel like again that's my responsibility to do that. Like if I don't do that, then he's gonna go about the world just and it becomes this whole amalgamation of don't get me wrong, I feel like it's already starting with the whole black British and that is a thing, but I feel like that's going to really be the future now. But there's not even going to be a thing of sense of where anybody is actually from anymore. And I think that's doing a disservice to us as a people personally, because like I don't know, for Rich, as much as your mum didn't speak to you and all of this kind of stuff, obviously this is manifested in this way now that you've gotten older. But don't you think it's now your responsibility? Like if you have kids, what are you going to tell your kids?
Yeah,
because I feel like if you have kids now, you just saying you're Nigerian, that's not going to mean anything to them because you don't carry anything. So, and I don't know who you're going to end up with. You could have, I don't know, because I think you're amongst the United Nations anyway. So I don't know if you're going to be with a black woman. But so I'm just like, at that point, what are you going to tell your kid? Like, kid, they're not even going to be Nigerian at that point. They're just going to be black British, if you know what I'm saying, because there's nothing being passed on. So I just think as something that we should be cognizant of and having the responsibility to ask these questions. Like I asked my mum questions and my dad, well, they love to tell stories. I feel like Nigerians love to tell stories for days anyway. But I learned a lot because my dad was very and plus he was interested in history, but I just learned a lot just by listening to him and the things he was saying. So I guess maybe that informs my passions now, but I just think it's a responsibility to ask these questions. Like I think even if our parents didn't tell us, I don't understand why we're not asking questions now. We're old enough. Like to be walking through this world and just be like, I'm Nigerian, but I have no, and that's no shot to you, Rich. I'm just saying generally, like just to be like, I'm Nigerian, but there's been no stories, no nothing. You don't know anything. You've never I don't understand why you would not want to know more.
I don't know if just talking about it's going to be enough to pass it down. I feel like you got to live. You kind of got to live that way, and we're all going to live like British people, and like the traditions and the things that we do, the things that your kids are going to see you doing, and it's all like British stuff.
What question? Or what is British stuff?
I can't. It's hard to put it on there. But what I'm trying to say is like I've got like you're saying, I've got a sense of the of Caribbean culture, and not even going over to Jamaica as a kid and stuff like that. That it's just
you have a sense of Caribbean culture.
No, I'm telling you now, my whole upbringing is a Caribbean culture. My family, my aunties, my friends of the family, the way that they used to live, what the old people used to do, the things that they carried, the way that they carry themselves in their home is of that Caribbean culture.
Yes, you do 100%
Yeah.
come across as Caribbean.
And then it passes down. So my parents now, like my mum and their age groups, they're not living like how Nana used to live. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and then even that boils down on me. So I'm saying like just the way that you carry yourself and the things that you do and the things that you're steeped in is like you lose it more and more and more. So having the stories and understanding your history is all cool, but it's like how your kid's gonna see you grow up and raise like I'm saying, I have like just like music in the house is different, and like the cooking and the gatherings and all that kind of stuff. I lived through it, innit? As a child, so that's what I draw and that's what I remember. But people ain't living like that now. So you can have all the stories and all that kind of stuff, but it's all about what your kid's gonna remember from you, how you was living. And if it's assimilated into the English culture and living like English people.
Stop. What does it mean?
I don't know. It just feels different, though, innit?
What does that mean? It feels different. I can speak to that because I've lived in Trinidad and I've lived here.
Like, my mum don't feel like an old Caribbean woman.
What does
She
that
feels
mean?
like a British. She feels like a British person. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? That
Because
like
she's
my nan.
British. She was born here.
Yeah, but she was exposed to all that stuff of my nan stuff. She could
Whilst in the belly.
no, even while she was living, she was my mum. Nanny raised her, innit? She was exposed to all of that. She hasn't kept any of it alive. There's women over here that are like my mum's age that still do certain things in their household, or still that keep up to certain traditions and move a certain way or whatever. I'm saying all that kind of stuff's gone from certain generations, and I don't know how you get it back. Knowing the stories like that, it's like you're not. I get you trying to say. I can't explain how I'm saying living English means, but I think you know what I mean. Like,
No, don't do that because it's hard. It's good that you understand it, right? But we are speaking to an audience, right? I want to have a discourse so we can chop it up, right? So I'm trying to now pluck this out to your mind, right? You might feel it, you might know it 100%, but I would also like to know it so we can have a conversation about it, right? So don't say I know what.
Well, you do because Well, actually, no, it would be different for you because
So
your parents would still
does your
be-
mother, can she break into patois just like that?
Yeah, whenever she feels like it.
When she feels like it, right? And how did she know about that? How did she learn that?
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm trying to say. That's like breaking out into it. Whereas my nan, that's how she speaks. There's no breaking
That's
out into
'cause
nothing.
Your nan is Jamaican. She was born there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. She needs to.
She was born there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying, and that's what I'm trying to say. So it's understandable. That's why I was like that. But I'm trying to say, if you want the things to pass down, then she have to assimilate to that. She have to talk patois all the time. She have to play into that side of it all the time for it to have and for it to rub off on the offspring.
Did your nan ever code switch?
No, my nan don't know how to speak no other way. My nan still don't know how to. She didn't know how to pronounce words properly. Like my nan couldn't speak. I don't think my nan could even speak in
Where did
English.
she work when she came to this country?
British Gas.
For how long?
50-something years or something. I don't know.
And
However many years it was.
And she would have had other Jamaicans also working in that particular environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And during them times, it was a case where wholesale white people just saw these people who came over as marauders, invaders, right? Didn't treat them well. So they found
Their community.
Yeah, and they stayed there, right? This is what I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously she raised your mother, and your mother's hearing everything. She's hearing the dialect. She's eating the food. She's listening to the music. That's all your mother knows. She doesn't know about these local rock. I don't know what was going on then.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
not
yeah.
into that because she's not even interested in that. So it was just like little Jamaica in that particular house. It just happened to be in a cold land.
Yeah.
So everything that she felt was what I guess your grandmother knew, which is just Jamaican. So she's now imprinted that in her head. But your mummy is now going to primary school, secondary school, and meeting all these other locals. And now she's learning how Jill and Jack does in their household. She's deciding whether it is that she's going to follow that or not. I don't know if your mum was a follower. Was she someone to imprint or be imprinted on? Because she strikes me as she has mouth. She ain't gonna be influenced.
Everybody could get influenced.
So your
innit?
mum was she was influenced, not influencer.
My mum's influential.
She is now, but was she then?
I guess she always has been, but she would still be influenced by it.
How do you know? Did your mum tell you about her childhood? Anything about childhood?
Yeah.
What kind of stories?
Them growing up, them like living in the house with all the kids and that, her and mummy being homeless and shit, being in a shelter, just normal stuff, going through shit.
That right there is mad. Because was your grandmother homeless in Jamaica?
Don't think so. I can't remember what happened. They remember when they came over here. They was living in yards with bare people in it and bare kids and stuff. And there's a little girl that my mum grew up with that she thought was her brethren and didn't realize until they got older that it's half sister because the daddy's youths and all that thing like that. You know how they used to come over and there's bare kids in the yard, bare adults, 16 people in a 1-bedroom flat and all them fuckery there. They was living like that. At some point, there was some type of moving issue, and they was homeless for a bit. You get me?
All right. So the English culture for me, maybe it came across in how the parents talk to their children, how they raise them.
Okay.
That type of wanton, go about your business.
And you
Look
would have
after
that.
yourself. Call me by my first name type of thing.
Okay, yeah.
That for me is English culture. Innit?
What, just that?
I'm starting childhood. Then you go into the workplace, and you might see cultural norms, cultural niceties. Everybody's saying sorry, always apologizing. You go on the train and the bus, nobody talks to you, bitter mother effers. I guess it's the weather and the people.
I say in the Caribbean, everybody's hello,
Yeah, 100%,
good afternoon, and
100%,
good evening.
Yeah. For me, that was the one of the stark differences I saw immediately. And obviously, the weather would have affected my mood because I'm used to this weather in it. And their humor different, very sensitive, very racist. Also, that obviously was mixed in there.
It's tough.
This element that because you can speak this particular English, you go elsewhere, you are above everybody else. That's that colonial passed down type of rite of passage. This air of superiority, that's ingrained in all of them.
Did your parents learn to code switch?
I'd say both of them did, yeah. It was sickening to see the...
Oh, they can speak in English accents, isn't it?
What?
Can they speak in English accents though? Or could they lose the accent?
What? They were teachers, right? So what they needed to do was to basically speak in a manner in which it is that people understood.
So you got to just...
Because obviously their accent was thick.
Yeah.
So some people would say it's like walking into a lecture hall and the professor is speaking in not an articulate way because they were articulate, but like not a hoity-toity, but a poshy.
Just, well, I don't want to say proper.
They enunciated
Everything.
differently. Yeah.
How long have you been there?
A long time. I came in when I was 6.
So they definitely would have done that because you still got your accent.
Yeah, but it's not as strong as if you go in Trinidad. People in Trinidad, people tell I live in England.
Yeah, but the fact that you still got your accent means in your household, in your home, this is how you're speaking every day. This is what you're hearing. This is your influence. Because obviously you still would have to go outside in schooling and that and be around people that speak different. But it wasn't enough to affect you. So this is something that's not just ingrained in you, but you've got
My older
representation of it every day.
Doesn't have this accent.
Huh?
My older brother doesn't have this accent.
So are you cosplaying? What have you really got an accent like? Has it gone? Are you
still here, Christy? I don't know why you're giggling. I'm not cosplaying, no.
No, have you really got an accent like? If you wanted to,
so myself and my younger brother,
could you lose it as well? Could you talk and just sound like English if you wanted to?
I have to put it on. I have to cosplay an Englishman.
How can you and your brother? What's the difference
Because
between?
we didn't want to lose it. So my sister, my elder sister, she didn't like the fact that attention was drawn to her because she spoke differently. I love that.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And my elder sister also wore like thick bottle lens glasses, and as much as she could blend in, she wanted to blend in. So she lost her accent expeditiously.
So you're saying she talks like an English person now, like a no accent?
It's so funny when she tries to mix it up with myself and Stephen. It's so weird. Don't do that. You don't have to do that.
That's mad, you know. Like 3 siblings who grew up in the same household can have 3 different accents
Yeah, that's wild.
from being over here. What
It's 5 of us.
But between the 5 of you, how many of you lost kept your accent?
Stephen and me, just 2 of us.
Just the 2 of you.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
So that was a conscious. That means that's a conscious decision you made.
Decision. Yeah. And I don't like when it is have to be somebody else. I hate fake people. So it's easy for me to say I kept this because this is ingrained in me not to be anything other than what I believe is the most powerful thing. It's my unique identity. Do you understand? But again, I didn't have trouble in my classroom. Do you understand? But my sister, she did. And she caused a lot of trouble too because she likes to watch people.
Yeah, but I'm saying there must be at some point where you're pretending like you can talk like straight English, no accent if you want to. I know you're saying that you have to put it on, but I'm saying
I have to put it on.
It's not put it on. You
I have
you
to
must
put it on.
be able to do it. Like
Put on.
No, but
Do you get what I'm saying?
No, but his accent as it stands doesn't sound like he's put like this is how he sounds.
yes, that's fine, but like he must be able to talk like straight English.
No, but even when I've heard him say certain things in a proper English way,
No, he can do it.
He's putting it on.
I'm saying the English voice that
Like
he's putting it on.
No, but even
the English voice that he uses is his put on English voice.
No, but
It's not his
even when
natural
he
English voice.
puts it
I'm saying
on,
but at this point you must have a natural English voice because the rest of your siblings do as well.
Remember, my accent currently is a mix up of. I have twangs. Like I said, when I go to Trinidad, they know that I am from Britain.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because there's twangs in things I say and certain lingo I use. You can hear that I got it from here.
Well, but even when he puts
But
on
it's
his
effort
English,
for me to basically talk a different way. It's effort.
even when he puts on his English accent, I can still hear his natural accent. Like I can still hear it.
No.
What? I can hear.
I do my acting thing. Don't.
I've heard you.
got
I've heard you say certain things, and I can still hear your accent. What are you talking about?
All right, okay. I'm not gonna.
I'm not to say that you can't. I'm not saying you can't put on an accent. I'm just saying
No,
I can
you can't hear my Trinidad twang when it is I do. I have different accents that I do. I've got an Indian accent. I've got a Nigerian, Yoruba specifically.
Okay.
I've got.
Brent.
I only said that for your pleasure.
Come on.
I only said it for your pleasure. I don't have that. I'll butcher it. But you're saying, Christy, that it's really important for you to make sure that you squeeze out as much information about your homeland from your parents or your grandparents to pass down to your children before they pass.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, both my grandparents are deceased. So,
My condolences.
I try to squeeze out a lot before then,
Yeah.
and just again probing my mum, dad's stories all the time. So, I just can't be. My child can't be out here being a lost child. I'm sorry, and that's how I would view it.
And that's how you'd view it. Would he view it like that? Because
Who,
as
my
Marx
son?
has just articulated, he wasn't Jamaican when he was young. He didn't know what that was until it is that he got older. He realized that there were differences in his culture with his friends and whatnot. And when he got even older, he started researching on, I guess, his background.
Yeah, but I feel like as an adult, you should do that though. Why aren't you doing that? When you become cognizant, why wouldn't you do that? I think when you know better, you do better, as Mark loves to say.
It's so interesting how you've categorized it as doing better. I don't disagree.
100%
I don't
categorise that.
disagree. I don't disagree, but that could be because I'm projecting. I think it's important to know where you came from, but that's me. I'm not sure if it is that some people they don't have good memories about where they've come from, and they don't want to associate with those particular memories. So they chart a new path, and they want that to be what they are known as or for.
Yeah, I get that. That's some people's stories, and obviously the trauma. They don't want the trauma to follow them, so to them they've left that all behind and they've started anew and stuff like that. So I get that can be some people's stories, but I feel like some also. I feel like I may be just projecting. Also, I am projecting, not even maybe. I just feel like majority they were brainwashed to believe that when they were coming here, I feel like Nigerians specifically, there was a lot of brainwashing going involved where they felt like they had to like assimilate and like it like coming here was doing them a big favor. Like they should be grateful. So therefore, I must like my children. I'm gonna make sure I give them, white names. Nothing connected to their culture. I'm not gonna speak Yoruba, Igbo, whichever language or tribe you are from. I'm not gonna speak it in a house. I'm not really gonna make the food. I want them to fit in so they can also fit in more than I did. Also, like to move around in Britain and whatever, and not face anything and be grateful just to be here. I think a lot of parents push that onto their children, and I feel like it did them a disservice to do so.
How would you feel?
I feel like the brain.
Sorry, how would you feel after running your son through this particular educational journey that he turns around and says, "Yep, I know where I'm from, and I still choose to be British, and I want to marry a white woman"?
I would be highly disappointed. I would be highly disappointed if that's the route he went down.
But your disappointment would dilute, and then you'll come to your senses to realize that it's not your life; it's his life.
Ultimately, it's his life, but I can't lie. I feel like it would be an indictment on me as a parent if he didn't. If he turned around and said that to me, would I treat him differently? No, I wouldn't treat him differently. I love my son. No, I wouldn't treat him differently.
Stay there for the airwaves, man. You would.
No, I'm not saying it for the areas. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't treat him differently. However, I would make him hyper aware that this ain't it, love.
So you would treat him differently. You make him feel away.
No. I'm just saying he will know where my stance is. That's all I'm saying.
You think he would like that? He would like that you are disappointed in him?
Yeah, but sometimes your children need to know that. Parents love to let their children know that they were disappointed in them, so I don't understand. Yeah, why would I not let them know that I was disappointed? It's a real emotion.
When is it your parents were disappointed in you, did that change the way you saw them? Did that change the way you viewed life?
No, it didn't.
Oh. So disappointment
happens. But disappointment happens, so...
I know, I felt the way. I could be projecting again. I felt the way when it is I disappointed my parents, innit?
How did you disappoint your parents?
A lot of different ways.
What ways did you think?
Choose a topic. Let's be specific. Choose a topic. What are we talking about?
No, when you said that, what came to the forefront of your mind?
No, I just knew I've disappointed my parents a lot.
No, but not like in trivial things. You can't say when you disappointed your parents. That's good. That sounds like something poignant. Like what?
No. I have many stories. For example, if I were to pluck one, right? They wanted me to not be a creative guy, right?
There you go.
Right? And I'm stubborn. I'm saying I'm going to live my life. It's not your life. This is my life. Do you understand? But what I had to do, I had to basically show them that I can basically make a living. That's what I had to prove to them, that I'll be all right. Because that's the main thing for them. Are my children going to be all right? Do you understand? With my eldest brother, he married a...
But then if you show them that you didn't, if you show them that you can be alright and you can make a living, Yeah, no, one second, you can get back to that. If you showed them, if you showed them that you can be all right, and it's all gonna work out, then they won't. There's no disappointment there. Then,
No,
no.
that it diluted over the years. Remember, they want what they want. Remember, they're selfish.
Yeah.
They want what they want. Do this, right? Because I think this is the best way for your life. Best path for your life, right? And what is Brent wants to make music? What does that mean? They're both educators. What the hell does that mean?
Okay, cool. So the initial disappointment is gone now.
100%.
Okay, cool.
Now they're coming to me.
A guy now, his
That's how
brother married a beautiful white woman.
Yeah. So in that sense, I guess it was a bit more stacked than me wanting to pursue whatever I wanted to pursue, because my mother was really, really heavy with the whole civil rights stuff, right? And having an invader in the home, it was a culture shock. And I remember the first time she met my mummy, she used the first name. And we were upstairs on the balcony, and both of us, myself and Steve, she's like, "Oh no, you didn't. No, you didn't." But now it's all gravy now. All gravy now. So I'm cognizant of that. So if I ever have children, I'm going to be cognizant of how they would look up to me. Everything I would say, they would take it as like gold, and they'll run with it. So I have to be mindful how much of you am I trying to basically nurture and to uncover, right? Or how much of me am I putting inside of you? Do you understand? And especially comes to when it is that they convey to me that they want to do something outside of what it is I feel is best for their life. It's a balancing act. That's probably why it is I'm even interested in having children, because
I just want to know how you
No,
keep
it's
them
100%
traditions. So, Christy, yeah, you would have memories of like your grandparents and stuff, and knowing that you was raised by Nigerians and that, if that makes sense, innit? Like things just done a certain way, whatever. But do you feel like your child's gonna feel like he was raised by a Nigerian woman, if that makes sense?
Oh, 100%. He knows it now. He says I'm being a Nigerian mum, so he 100% knows it.
Oh, because of the things that you do in the household.
He literally even makes a distinction. So he literally be like, "You're being a like Nigerian mum," so he knows. So he actually knows there's even a distinction to be made.
Okay.
And I'm happy that he knows that distinction.
and it's so funny that you say that you're happy about that, because I'm not sure if it is that's a traumatic thing for him. It sounded like he said it like it was an insult.
No, he didn't. I know why he's saying it, because of he's cognizant of the way I discipline and the way maybe like others in his school are disciplined. I think he can see the clear distinction, and just the way I maneuver and the way other parents maneuver their kids.
Yeah.
And again, it might seem as traumatic, or people might see like I'm being. I don't care. I'm glad he's making that distinction.
Yeah. I mean, I hear your bullishness, and I know it comes from a sincere place, because you want him to be fortified and ready for what the world is
Exactly
for him, and obviously you believe that you have experienced that particular realm, and it makes sense, 100%. But the next generation,
and I just don't. I don't want him to. Yeah, but I don't want him to go out of the world and just be. I know obviously he's going to be different. Like I guess obviously when he grows up, I don't know what the climate of Black people will be, but I don't want him. I don't want it to be a thing.
For him. Oh, I thought this came into my head.
Why?
Because you're queen of BOE, innit?
Yeah.
You know that living that as a brand, and being a son, knowing full well that everybody knows that my mum is that way inclined. I can't be caught talking to white girls.
That's not true, man. I know Bear Man.
That's not.
I know man.
What are you talking about?
I know man.
Wait. What did you say wasn't true?
That he's gonna feel like that, because I know man whose parents are super pro Black, like teachers, everything in the house, all the books and stuff, like super pro Black. When they went out into the world and when they was doing their thing, obviously there's stuff that they would never forget. That's like a anchor in them that they could always draw back on. But it never stopped them experimenting in different cultures and stuff like that.
Feel away. You would think twice about doing it, because my mummy is queen of BOE. So she would be disappointed if it is I bring home a white girl. I started by saying this right from the top of the thing. In his disappointment, would that change him?
But he might not feel like that. I understand why you think that, because obviously maybe you felt like that, but your older brother didn't feel like that. Like,
He did. It was pressure. He hid the. I don't know what you're saying. How I found out about his first girlfriend was on his prom night, right? This is age 16. I swear I've told this story, right? Dashing. Amazing, right? And before then, we hadn't seen him with any girls. None, right? So he goes in a limo, him and his friends, Jonathan and Amit Patel. And they break down in Gans Hill. So one of them comes back and says, "Oh, we've broken down. We're looking to get some gas. Do you have a canister thingy-majiggy or like a bucket, whatever?" So Daddy gets one. And we basically go to this particular Gans Hill. It's just down the road, as you know. We get there now. Dow's not there because he's gone walkabout to find petrol, right? And we see this snow bunny in the car. He's like, "Hi." And then John tells us that's Dow's girlfriend. He's like, "What?" It's myself and Stephen find out for the first time that he has a girlfriend who's white. And then he laughs at us and he says, he'd been dating white girls. He'd been dating white girls. Just that we didn't know about none of that. And he can't bring that home.
Yeah, but that's not. If he's been dating white, that proves my point. He didn't care. Obviously, he cared enough to not bring it home. But that's just using sense.
You're not understanding the connection with. He couldn't tell my parents because he felt away. They're not going to accept this. They're going to see me differently.
Yeah, I can't explain what I'm trying to say. He felt away talking to his parents.
No, I'm
he
understanding
didn't feel
you're
away.
saying. I'm hearing what you're saying. He's gonna.
Like,
chase
he
where
was
wants to
calm.
chase.
Like, he was calm. It's just
Obviously, but he couldn't bring it to my parents.
Yeah, I get you.
I understand what you're saying. He wanted what he wanted, and he still went to get it. that didn't stop him from getting it. The urge was too much, right? The draw, the pine for the white was too much. I hear that. You ain't stopping me. I will keep it hidden for as long as ever. But he would feel more comfortable if he knew that his mama and his dada would have been cool with him bringing her home, and that would have made him feel like home was more home. But he was a different person whilst he was home. He was who he thought they wanted him to be. So he's living a lie, and that causes conflict. Because anytime it is that we're talking, this is what he would do. He would go to the extreme, right? We would watch a film, and then he would say, "Oh, I hate white people," and he would say things like, "They smell like potatoes, right? Or potato skin." Like, he would say extreme stuff, and we were like, "Hey, thou does protest." But we didn't know that then. We just thought that he was just really angry about the stuff that he was seeing.
So he was just overcompensating.
But this is it. Yeah. He was like, I'm never gonna sip. You're never gonna catch me. So when we found out, we were in stitches. And he doesn't even like the wavy ones. He liked the dead one. But one time, he brought a black girl home, right? And she wasn't even black.
What?
She wasn't black. You would swear she was white.
What do you mean, what?
You would swear she had black skin.
Hey, Brett's crying. Brett's crying tears. I wish you could see Brett right now. He's got tears streaming down his face.
So wicked, right? Because we're there. We know our brother, or we thought we did. And he's bringing this girl, and we're thinking, this girl is really pretty, right? Really pretty, the black girl. But she didn't like when he opened the car door for her. Why you open the car door for me? She didn't like when he pulled out the chair for her to sit down. And then when she started talking, it was like, she's not one of us. She's not one of us. That didn't last. But he was just doing that to basically, make us believe that is what he wanted. But he did. This wasn't the righteous path he wanted. That was his school. My childhood was so hilarious, and I am so happy that my Christianity, like, it cut through all of the bollocks, all that racial stuff, and the stuff I was supposed to do because my parents felt a particular way about white people, about other people. Certain.
So you're trying to say my Christianity is not grand enough? Is that what you're trying to say?
In the
'Cause
end,
you just said...
no, don't feel like I'm talking to you. But if you feel that way, it's on you. In the end, it was that got through to my mother, because she was a Christian. The white girl that my brother married, she was a Christian, and that was what we needed to center any argument to mommy, because in God's eyes, that's his daughter. Do you understand? That's his daughter.
Oh, so Christianity won in the end.
100%. Christianity always wins. That's in my household, right? I'm not my household.
I don't think Chris is gonna have these problems.
Nah, God forbid.
I actually don't.
God forbid.
No, I actually don't. I genuinely don't think my son's going to feel pressure at all. I just think he's going to naturally gravitate to
Towards
what
people.
it is.
Yeah.
No, he's just going to naturally gravitate. It's not. Again, I'm in this world. I naturally gravitate to my black kings. I don't understand. I just feel like that's going to happen.
Yeah, but we're growing up in a different day and age, man. Don't you think?
And you're not a boy.
Yeah, I know I'm not a boy.
Yeah, but his
But I think there's yeah, we're growing. This is a different time, but I still think people are going to gravitate.
People always gravitate towards their own, like, generally, like, but
exactly.
Yeah, but don't you think, like, just like being like just the way society is so multicultural, and just the stuff that we're exposed to and going in our schooling, so like your friendship group changes, and like, don't you feel like that interracial thing is becoming less taboo and more
100%
normal?
it is.
But as each generation goes on, like, so like the kids are younger than us are not even gonna look at it like that, because they're growing up in a different day and age where the things that we was exposed to, even as kids, knowing like how adults think and stuff like that, it's all different now, isn't it? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, the tone's changed, everybody's more accepting of it and more inclusive, so they're just not even gonna feel the same way.
It was easier back then for us to basically stick to ours, because everybody that were other, they were hating on us.
Yeah.
But now, they're loving the music.
It's just so inclusive. You just get you can get lost. You could be exposed to people from different cultures, and the first time you're exposed to them, you relate to them because what they're doing is what we know, innit? From the style of clothes to the maybe food they're cooking, the music that they're listening to, but they might not necessarily be of our culture though. So that's confusing. You could relate to someone instantly that's not from the culture because they're ingrained in the culture, kind of thing. Don't you think that's confusing?
No, but again, you're making it seem like there's people, there's grown up now, and he could get with someone who's of Jamaican descent. He could get with who's black. I'm not just saying Nigerian. So
she's saying I would choose the variety pool.
I don't understand.
Descending
the
from
variety.
Africa. It's all right.
It's plentiful. It's bountiful.
I hope your son doesn't surprise you. I hope he doesn't.
No, I hope he won't. I hope he
finds love though, like proper love, and
no, I hope he does as well.
I will pray that for him.
I pray that for him as well.
You're just bad, man. I don't even know why you're winding her up like that.
I'm not. I said I hope he gets the love he deserves, and you're saying I'm winding her up.
No,
because I don't know why you didn't even put these.
What Brent's saying is not winding me up.
Right.
I'm fortified. I'm fortified. it doesn't even matter what Brent is saying. At all. I'm fortified. It's fine. It's fine. He's gonna go on and love, and he's gonna go on and flourish, and it's gonna be all good. There ain't gonna be no disappointment over here.
Amen and Amen. Thank you very much, Christy, for calling in and saving the day.
Thank you.
DOA,
all right, bye.
All right.
Always.
Later.
Yeah, Brent's just being a wind up.
No, not at all, man.
Yeah, no, just making her consider things that she wouldn't even consider because as far as she's concerned, she knows it's not that. Like, you're trying to say that.
She will still sleep well tonight. Don't worry.
She's always going to sleep well. She's strong, man. I'm saying you're just being a wind up.
That was interesting.
More interesting in the capsules.
Mm.
Yep. Let's get into some headlines now then. Have I got done it yesterday? I can't look forward and read. Check for me, Brent, please.
Sorry. This is where you tag him in.
Right? Check forwards.
Not with these names. Ukraine war. Trigger warning. Yeah, it's about the Ukrainian war. Yeah. Grenade birthday gift kills army chief Zaluzhny's aide. A grenade given as a birthday present has blown up and killed a close aide of the head of Ukraine's armed forces, Valery Zaluzhny. Maj Hennady Chashchakov, 39, these names, man, had returned to his flat with presents from his colleagues and was opening them with his son when the grenade exploded. Chashchakov was killed and his 13-year-old son was left seriously wounded. Interior Minister Ihor Klemenko said the boy had started turning the ring on the grenade. Then the serviceman took the grenade from the child and pulled the ring, causing a tragic explosion. Prosecutors clarified later that he had accidentally set off the grenade while trying to take it away from his son. The blast has been described as a tragic accident, and the minister appealed to the public to await the outcome of an official investigation. Police said the explosion in the family flat at Charky in the western outskirts of Kiev had been as a result of careless handling of ammunition, but it soon emerged that another 5 grenades had been found in the flat. Mr. Klemenko said that they had been a gift from a colleague in the army. 2 similar grenades were later found in a search of the colleague. Described as the colonel in the army. It gives people grenades as presents.
I've never heard of that in my life.
No, you're not Ukrainian.
Maybe like a disarmed grenade.
Yeah, live ones is mad, isn't it?
Why would you? And the kids, like, what? That don't. It's a different part of the world.
It's tough. Okay. Delegates of 28 nations agreed to work together on AI risks. So, delegates from 28 nations, including the US and China, agreed Wednesday to work together to contain the potentially catastrophic risk posed by galloping advances in artificial intelligence. The first International AI Safety Summit, held at Bletchley Park, focused on cutting-edge frontier AI that some scientists warned could pose a risk to humanity's very existence. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said the declaration was a landmark achievement that sees the world's greatest AI powers agree on the urgency behind understanding the risks of AI, helping ensure the long-term future of our children and grandchildren. But Vice President Kamala Harris urged Britain and other countries to go further and faster. In a speech stressing the transformations AI is already bringing and the need to hold tech companies accountable, including through legislation, Harris, speaking at the US Embassy, set out the Biden administration's approach to AI safety and equity. President Biden and I believe that all leaders have a moral, ethical, and social duty to make sure that AI is adopted and advanced in a way that protects the public from potential harm and ensures that everyone is able to enjoy its benefits, she said. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is also scheduled to discuss AI with Sunak in a live stream conversation on Thursday night. The tech billionaire was among those who signed a statement earlier this year, raising the alarm about the perils that AI poses to humanity. And now in our next headline, Portugal Prime Minister Antonio Costa resigns amid corruption investigation. The Portuguese Prime Minister Antonio Costa has said he is resigning just hours after prosecutors detained his chief of staff in a probe into alleged corruption in his administration's handling of lithium mining and hydrogen projects in the country. Costa, whose prosecutors said was the target of a separate investigation, announced the decision in a televised statement after meeting President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa on Tuesday. The 62-year-old Costa defended his innocence. I totally trust the justice system, he said. If there are suspicions, then the judicial authorities are free to look into them. I am not above the law. President de Sousa is expected to accept his resignation The opposition has demanded that the government step down with immediate effect. Hours before the announcement, Portuguese police arrested Victor Escario, Costa's chief of staff, during raids on several public buildings and additional properties as part of the corruption probe. Prosecutors named Infrastructure Minister João Gambala as a formal suspect and detained Costa's chief of staff. The head of country's environmental agency is also named as a suspect. Basically, the state prosecutor's office said that the country's Supreme Court is looking to use the Prime Minister's name and his involvement to unlock the activities being investigated. Activities being explored by the investigating judge include allegations of maleficence. How can I say that? What word is that?
Malfeasance?
Malfeasance.
Yeah. I think so. That's what you're trying to say.
I believe that's what I'm trying to say. I don't even know. What is malfeasance? Sorry. That's why that threw me off. I don't know what I'm saying. Malfeasance, corruption of elected officials and influence peddling relating to lithium mine concessions near Portugal's northern border in Spain, as well as plans for green hydrogen plant and data centre in town of Sainz, South Lisbon. Yeah, what is that word? Malfeasance. Teach me something.
All right.
Malfeasance.
So you pronounce it, and it is wrongdoing.
Oh, that's simple. Wrongdoing.
Yeah.
You should just use wrongdoing, man. Allegations of wrongdoing. Why couldn't it?
Malfeasance is an act that is illegal and causes physical or monetary harm to someone else.
All right.
You guys were doing hella malfeasance back in the day.
Add that one to the repertoire. All right. Yeah, no, I couldn't read it. I was thinking, I don't know what word this is. But yeah, it's time to pay those bills, people.
All right. We're done. It.
What's the clip about?
Some interview that Jeezy did with a beautiful, beautiful queen. Here we go. Let's see what it says. I haven't seen it yet.
I can't see it.
What was the activation moment of trauma for you?
Maybe it's this one here.
Right? Like, and you gotta know when it's time to be done.
Right.
And that's usually not about another person, an affair, or, you know, some chick that's willing to like make you feel like a king. Because that's why most men cheat. Most men cheat because
that's fascinating to me.
It's so gross. It's so
Wait, what?
stupid.
I personally, listen to my quote, and real niggas don't cheat.
You don't think so?
Hell no.
I kind of understand what you mean when you say that.
They do not.
I understand what you mean when you say
it's
that.
something in us that makes us want to be right?
Yes.
Across the board.
But is that so that you are living up to the expectation that you've set for yourself?
I had to make the a song bite. Real niggas don't cheat, man. Do you agree?
Huh?
Do you agree?
Yeah.
How about you?
Of course.
Amen.
So Jeezy saying he's never cheated before.
This is exactly what he said.
Okay. Someone that made him go with that verse. It's interesting. Do you believe him?
I give people the benefit of the doubt until I am given all the information, which is mine.
I don't know. Listen to some of his lyrics, man. He's got hella holes and shit.
You talking about lyrics? The lyrics is just storytelling, right? Rap is storytelling.
Yeah, so it's still evidence to a man's mindset.
Really?
Maybe, yeah. Because he ain't ever rapped about it.
That's what bars are. Every single bar that a rapper raps, he's lived it.
Yeah, but some people lie in their lyrics, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but for him to have that attitude towards it, like, how come he hasn't want to, like, give off that?
Did you really sit in McDonald's eating a Big Mac with a Big Mac?
I've been in that Mackie D's on top of City Road. Yeah.
Them girls in the community love you, man.
Do they?
Real rap, bro. What? No lies told here.
I stayed with it. Now, you know the wickedest thing? Might not have been a Mac. but the Mac sounded better. I mean, but
Also, the Mac had to. Okay, the Mac went with what you
Don't
were
worry about
saying.
the
it.
Mac went with what I was saying.
The
But
Mac
at the end
went
of
with
the
what
day,
you were saying.
You have creative license,
but
right?
but I had it in Magdi's. So that's the bottom line. You know what I'm trying to say? Banner. I don't. You know, there's big up Jeezy, man. Obviously, you're allowed to say and do whatever you want, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Drug dealing, yes, nigga, just lying.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with cheating.
Hmm?
That has nothing to do with cheating. Him being a drug dealer.
No, but criminals don't follow the laws. Criminals are. You see, if you live life as a criminal, yeah, you already live, but your rules set by different parameters.
You think it's illegal to cheat?
In a sense,
Nope.
in a sense.
You're not gonna get jailed for cheating.
No, but it's illegal in the parameters of your relationship. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Oh, you're talking about
distrust.
just illegality all across the board.
If you're a criminal, if you was raised as a criminal, you are on the illegal side of the fence. You don't follow rules. You don't really pick and choose. You get what I'm trying to say? If you're on selling drugs and busting guns and you
Why do
murder
you stick
somebody,
to laws of nature and remain? Why'd you break that law? Bust it up. That's your bite, right?
Hey, the laws of nature.
I'm just saying, men, yeah. If I feel like a 9 to 5 man, someone that's legit, yeah, someone that follows the laws of the land and that has that kind of mindset and everything's all rigid and they're brought into the social construct.
The same brush, man. You can't be
That's
doing
in the
that.
social construct here. They are more likely to comply with rules.
You're saying every single drug dealer is a
rules.
cheat.
Huh?
Every single drug dealer is a cheat.
They
No,
find
it's
it's
saying
easy.
That's what he's saying.
It's
if you're on
easier.
that side of that you're on that side of the fence there, it's very, very easy
I
for
understand
you
what he's
to
saying.
yeah. So,
Because
I
rules
understand what he's saying.
don't
not
rules
a
don't
rule.
exist.
No,
There
but-
is a rule.
yeah, rules don't exist, man.
Cheating is rules in your relationship. It's a rule. Don't go and do that. Don't do that.
I'll keep talking about. I'll go back to the whole nature stuff, and I will focus on it, and I will ask you specific questions. I'll ask you specific questions. Every single drug dealer is not a cheat.
No, that's not true. No,
Yes,
I'm
it
not saying
is.
that.
Yes,
No,
it is.
no, you're right. You're right. What I'm saying
you
is
say it so I can clip it.
no. Every single drug dealer is not a cheat, but every single criminal is more likely to break rules than straight going people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And cheating in the confines of your relationship is a rule, isn't it?
Technically, yeah.
So what? So man are lawbreakers, man are rule breakers, and he's someone that's been a lawbreaker and a rule breaker his whole life. So I don't know whether he holds them rules to the same standards as
Do you think
other
that
people.
Jesus broke rules?
Huh?
Did Jesus break rules?
Maybe when he was a kid.
Of course, he broke rules of the land all the time.
What rules did he break?
Scribes and Pharisees were getting beat out of the churches and synagogues and whatnot. He was saying that they were breaking God's rules, and he was returning the rules, man. Saying this is what God wants you to do.
Yeah, but he never had no gal, so that don't even matter.
Walking on water isn't for regular men. He broke the laws of physics.
He never had no gal. You get me? So he never had no gal to commit adultery or to be unfaithful to. You get me? So he was all right. You can't use him. You have to hold him to different standards anyway. It's not like he was out here slamming up gal or he had wifey and that.
All right, so I understand what you're saying. I believe you're saying that a drug dealer is a thief, a drug dealer is a liar, and a drug dealer is a thief, right? You wear a cloak, and on that cloak you have certain badges. And if it is that you're saying you're one of these things, you're more than likely to be dabbling in the other things, right? You like to be cast like that?
Huh?
Typecasted? You like to be typecasted like that? Because you normally come across as a maverick. You come across as, no, don't put me in that box. I'm not in that box.
I mean, what I'd like to think of myself is different. Again, I don't mind what other people think of me. I don't mind whatever assumptions people make of me. I don't really mind. I'm not really fighting for them like that. So if people judge me like that, I don't really mind.
Did you happen to coincidentally fall into that particular mold, that stereotype? A drug dealer, a cheat, a gunslinger. You probably did it. You ticked all the boxes. The mold was made from you.
I'm just not a law. I just wasn't, because I am now. Yeah, but I wasn't a law-abiding citizen. You know what I'm trying to say? So when you're not a law-abiding citizen, yeah, all laws and rules. Yeah, obviously you pick and choose which ones you want to think because there's a street code. You get what I'm trying to say? So there is kind of like rules that you play by, but you still pick and choose what rules mean what to you. And if you're on the side of bending rules and breaking laws, then you can bend and break any law you want. That's why it's phony out here. That's why even the rules that we're supposed to play by, people still don't play by them. That's why there's no loyalty and there's no honor amongst thieves and whatnot. Because when you're that way inclined, it's easy for you to go against, you know what I'm trying to say? So that's just one of the rules that is put in. I'm not saying that all people from the streets and all drug dealers or whatever cheat, but I'm saying you be more inclined to bend the rules.
I hear you. Let me go back to the genesis, to be honest, because you were starting at if you break rules. What does the mind of a man or a woman have to be like for you to basically say rules don't apply to me? Because that's where my thinking is. That's the foundation.
Mindset.
Yeah.
You don't care about the consequences. Yeah.
As in, you want to do something, but you don't care about the consequences. Do you agree with that? Is that why is it you break rules, or you feel like rules don't apply to you? Because you don't care about the consequences?
No, it's because I'm prepared to deal with the consequences.
Okay.
If I know that if I can do what I want or within reason. I know actions have reactions, or things you do have consequences. So if I'm prepared to deal with them, wherever they are, come what may, then I do have the freedom to do what I want.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and I guess you're a different case also because you don't even get in relationships. So what does cheating even mean to you, right?
The social constructs.
It's a different, it's a different thing for you altogether.
Yeah, but when I was getting in relationships, when I was younger and that, I was cheating. I thought he was gonna do horns.
Nope, just timestamp.
Why do you want to timestamp this stuff for?
I can use it.
You can't use it, man.
What did you say? Pop rule on me? Is that what we're doing?
I don't understand why you want to put that kind of information out into the world.
What did you just do yourself?
No, you can't. Don't start talking about information out into the world. Don't. You're the worst man.
No, but remixing it, like obviously, like we're saying it now, we're having a conversation, but remixing it, repackaging it, repurposing it, and then trying to sing out. That's something totally different.
Brother, there's plenty.
Whatever
of stuff.
Conversation we're having now, we're having now, isn't it?
You can't do that. You can't do that. There's plenty of stuff you put out into the world. Yeah, when I'm like, big man, are you alright? And there's exactly. So you can't pick and choose. When
I don't repackage.
He says, but the rules don't apply to him, though.
Doesn't matter.
Your rules don't apply to him.
No,
it's not rules.
It's
not rules. It's not rules. It's just the way I say it. You can't. Don't complain when someone else goes to repackage X, Y, Z.
See, that's the word. If we're having a conversation, and someone done it to me live now in conversation, like we're gonna say someone. If I disclose information, if someone discloses information, if we're having this conversation, we're having it now on live in the moment with everybody who's watching and listening and whatever. That's fine. And anybody who decides to care that much that wants to come and look up what we was talking about, they'll come and see. You are all privy to this information. That is different to taking the conversation that we're having now, then repackaging it, repurposing it, reshaping the narrative,
you don't know
and then pushing it out
are you not prepared
to people,
the consequences?
to people who's not even involved in the conversation. That's totally different.
Yeah, but you don't.
That's something totally different to me.
You don't know what he's doing with it, though.
Huh?
You don't know what he's doing with it.
You sound like a law-abiding citizen right now.
I'm a law-abiding citizen now. I told you I've changed.
That's what I've changed. I've changed.
Brent's gonna repackage, repurpose.
I won't use it.
Yes, he will.
No, I won't use it.
I mean, it's fine. You want anyway.
My wood is my bond, man. I'm telling you, no, I will not use it. What's up?
All right, fair enough. You're a man of your word, but you also do what you want. You get me? There ain't no stopping you.
But I hear what you're saying, that a man who normally does this, it's easy for them to basically fall into this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is it just street drugs? Or are we talking about pharmaceutical drugs? Because some would argue it's just a man thing as opposed to the career choices of the man.
No, but there's a lot. A lot of them people that do that stuff, there's a lot of like corruption and whatnot and all these kind of things. So these people do that unscrupulous things anyway. So even though they're working within legit parameters, they're still on that side because they're still doing fuckery. They're still shitting on people and stepping on people and rinsing people for all their money and all that. So it's still like untoward behavior that they're signing up in. So them type of people would probably be more likely to break the rules as well. They break the rules, they bend the rules to get legislations and cut little corners and do things. Right? You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So they do all that kind of stuff anyway. So I don't think it matters if it's legal or illegal.
Yeah. So essentially, you feel Jeezy's lying.
There's a part of me that was looking at him like, okay. But again, who am I to judge?
Exactly. Who are you to judge?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I can't judge a man if he's is where as well.
Maybe he never had a gal when he was pulling up on Puffy in the Lambo at the studio and that. Maybe he never had a gal, so he could do what he wants. You get me?
Maybe.
If he had a gal them times there, I'm telling you, she was screwed. I don't believe him. Maybe this is the new him. Maybe he's not talking about his
old him.
Yeah, maybe he's compartmentalizing.
Someone called me a fed. I was like, do you take your own lips to move and say that you used to cheat? I don't understand. You volunteered that information, right?
Yeah, but then you're gonna. But that, again, there's something that sort of went past into the night.
Oh, so you really don't rate this platform?
So pass into the night.
You really don't rate this platform?
No.
This would die here, you're saying?
No, I'm saying it's just the people that want to see it. Just the people that know. So it's for the conversation. It's for our tribe, innit? The people that either watch it live all the time or get home and type in the day after every day and watch it. Yeah. That's different. That's who it's for. That's who I speak for. Not for people who don't watch it. And then hear stuff and then want to pass their opinions on things that they don't even know what they're talking about. Plus, they don't even know it's just my comedy style. So that's why when you weaponize clips, they're dangerous.
Very, because it doesn't give a representation of who you actually are.
Yeah, and the people that I go to don't not used to man's personality or nothing. So weaponizing clips is dangerous.
Yeah,
you get me? Because essentially, you would say anything that you've clipped up, I've said. I have no problem saying anything.
Yeah,
it's how you're gonna try and take my words and use them afterwards. That's different.
I could hear you saying spin is out of bounds, Brent. I can hear you saying that because I know that I spin 100%. But me just taking it as it is, come on, man. Anybody could do that.
That's true.
Anybody could do that. All right. That's Wooden Road.
Have we got a People's Journal?
No. So headlines.
That's okay. We've got more headlines for you. So, white people are 36% more likely to receive a positive response when applying to rent on spare room than black people. Exclusive figures provided by Generation Rent show apparent racism currently in the rental market. The campaign organisation used artificial intelligence to set up two fake profiles, a black and a white one, on the rental website Spare Room. It must be spareroom.com, I'm guessing. The only differences in their details were their names and skin colour. Inquiries were sent out by both profiles to property adverts randomly selected across the UK. Within minutes of each other, with different responses, analysis of more than 210 adverts found that the white-facing profile was 36% more likely to receive a positive response than the black-facing profile. The white profile was also 17% more likely than the black profile to receive any response at all. In one example, the same message was sent by both profiles inquiring about a room in a townhouse. Hi there, I'm interested in the property. Could I arrange a viewing, please? It read. The white profile named Lizzie received this response. Hi Lizzie, can you tell me a little bit about how long you would be looking for the room? Do you work local, etc.? Many thanks. The black profile called Zuri received a different message stating simply, hello, sorry, it's just been let. Tilly Smith, campaigns and partnerships officer from Generation Rent, helped carry out the AI profile research after suspecting discrimination in the rental market. In a statement, Spare Room said their discrimination policy states nobody can discriminate against or reject someone due to their race. We look into every single report of discrimination we receive and investigate thoroughly. If we find that racial discrimination has occurred, we'll remove the user permanently. While racism in renting is not a new issue, it is believed that it is maybe getting worse due to low supply of private rentals available versus demand. Well, are you surprised that this stuff's still happening?
No. Question now. If you were renting out your house or rooms in your house or whatever, would you care about who decides to rent it?
Yes.
Who would you want to rent it? And who would you not want to rent it?
Someone that looks like an upstanding citizen, boring, with a stable job. Yeah, maybe not.
Say boring.
Yeah, boring. Yeah, boring. Maybe not anyone too creative, in the creative industries or too creative.
Why?
Because I don't want you doing too much creative things in my yard. That's what you're just knowing yourself and relaxing yourself. Or maybe the industry that you work in, the paychecks might be different from month to month. If you're on that creative path, everybody knows what that's like. You know what I'm trying to say? So I want someone with a solid 9 to 5. Get me.
Would you care about race?
Yeah, probably.
Elaborate.
Huh?
Expound.
You say expand?
Expound on that particular take. Go on. Why would you care about race, and what would you accept and what do you not want to accept?
Because obviously you got racial biases, in it.
I know. I want to know yours.
I would want someone that I would associate with like all the things that I said, like boring and shit. So maybe like an Asian man or something like that.
You would have Asians in your house. What
like
type of Asian?
Chinese man.
Okay.
Quiet, boring. They're supposed to be smart, so probably got a job that could hold it down. You get me? That'd be alright.
More likely to pay the rent on time.
Like black people, white people, they like to have parties and thing. You get me? I don't want no parties in my yard. Don't want no one doing nothing. Now I don't know, but there's racial biases. Yeah, I think it would make a difference. Depending on when you got all the information, you'll pick like what their career is, their age, where they're from, and their race. I think you'd put take all into consideration when you're picking.
Would you rent it to somebody like rich of old, not rich now, because
Nah, that's not. I wouldn't even rent to rich of old. So
why?
Because you might come home one day and there'll be a hell of stuff in your house that just are not meant to be there.
Okay.
So yeah, I wouldn't. No one would. What do you mean? Would you rent to your old self?
Probably not.
See,
you got to take bare things into consideration because landlords, sometimes there might be discrepancies with the tenants. You get me? So like, do I want to pick someone that if we had to get into an altercation or it was violent, I could think that they're going to give me a tough time? You know what I'm trying to say? So maybe I might not pick a black man with his fast twitch muscles and that. You get me? I might just pick a little idiot that I could just fist up if I need to. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like,
worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario. If you got
yeah,
that, I don't want to be taking no chat from no henchman in my yard. Well, it's my house now.
Like, I give you the rent when I want. You know, like, you know what? That's long.
Okay,
right?
all right.
That's long.
So not like your types. You wouldn't rent it to your types.
I'm not renting to a road, man.
No.
But 100%. That's not happening.
Discrimination is real, man.
It is real.
We live in a world like that, right?
It is real.
As a landlord, it's our private property, right? And we are looking to do the best thing for us to get the money that we want to get, right?
That's it.
So we're allowed to exercise that particular level of bias.
To a certain degree, yeah.
Why to a certain degree?
Because obviously you're not doing this to be. You're not being racist. You don't want to be. You're not discriminating people because of racism, but it's just that you don't want certain people in your house to mash up your house.
And you're saying black people do that?
I'm not saying black people do that. I'm just saying certain romance might mash up your house, and then at the same time, when you're asking for rent, he's telling you you don't want to be talking to a romance and he starts telling you about man messed up the re-up money. What are you talking about? This is a legit business, so. You know, yeah, just certain situations you want to avoid.
Statistically, as I'm reading here, white gay men are the greatest renters.
Well, then bring on the white gays then, man.
This is what I like to hear, man. This is growth. What?
Well, to pay rent.
Yeah.
But if
You just said that you don't want people to have parties in your house, right? You said that you want reliable rent paid. But you can imagine what is going on in your house if all of them are just white.
It's stereotyping again. That one would assume. Why would you just assume that they're having parties? They might have no parties though.
No, I don't know what a party. I mean, it depends on what type of party you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Whatever people do in the yard.
I love that you are so progressive, man.
Who,
Because
me?
another man, I'm not sure Imani would be cool with that.
Yeah, that's cool, but he ain't trying to pay off the mortgage.
He is. He said he will find a different way to pay it.
Yeah, see. Nah, man. The money's good. I just care about the colour of your money. You get what I'm trying to say?
Colour sheets.
No, I'm not watching all that. Especially if you're not going to throw no parties. You get me? Because it could be black gay, man. They could be fine if they come from a certain.
But you said you wouldn't rent to them, though.
No, I never said that. I know. Remember, he was talking about like roadman,
Yeah,
like
he
a
was
certain
saying
type.
that. He was saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't just
Was
like
rich.
it wasn't just like the color of your skin. Because if you was a boring black man, 9 to 5 scientist, quiet you, and you could come from a different, like from a different area and whatnot, and you're not exposed to that kind of life, you could tell that kind of person, yeah, you can come and take the yard.
It's so interesting. I would have a mixture of men and women in there. I would definitely look to stereotype the hell out of them, 100%. Because I want money, and I want my house to be kept clean. So even if it's neat freaks like OCD and them ones there,
That's good.
100%.
That's good
I know that
candidates.
my space will be kept pristine. And yeah, it'll be difficult to basically have a big, sweaty Eastern European guy. I'm never going black Eastern European guy.
There ain't no pay today.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. You're not coming in. I don't want you in here. I would talk to you. I would talk to you. No.
That's long.
Nah, it's long.
Have you seen them stuff in them shows what them landlords go through with the tenants once the tenants decide that they're not doing
They're gonna stay.
or that they gotta go and they just mash up the whole yard and just leave.
Yeah.
Like just mash up these horrible human beings just mash up everything and just leave and all that.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's what I'm trying to say. You need to be someone you can pop down if you need to, man. Like I think you can just come and just do this foolishness in my yard. That's ridiculous, bro. Like that is ridiculous. You get me? So
All them landlords that got they got 8 people in like a 3-bedroom house.
them ones deserve all they get. Them doing the flat sharing thing and just break down the whole room into yards and that. Yeah, that's being greedy. Some of them flat shares are the yards are jam.
Like a lot of them are getting raided and all that.
And you can't really it's hard to even really control who you're gonna have in there. You're gonna have all different types, any mixed types in there, and you split up the yard like that, then you're basically having parties in there all the blood clot time anyway, even if they're not even actually like real parties, just with everybody in all them living conditions. Then you see how people leave the bathroom, people leave the kitchen, everybody's got their different habits,
See, that's
all
what I'm
these
saying.
different things.
Mash up your whole house. Like, it's a bag of, but they're taking in racks though. That's the only thing. But is it? And then you got to weigh up, mashing up your house to the racks. Is it worth it? Type thing. Shout out them though.
That's good. No racial bias right here. Anybody can get a yard from us if we was landlords. You just have to just be from the right area. I don't think it's about colour. I just think it's about your
How you present yourself, no?
it's what's the word I'm looking for? Not culture.
Your economic status.
That too.
I guess that'll play a big part of it. Class, rather than race, will probably be more prevalent in my
To be honest,
decisions.
I in my head, I'm inclined to give black people more chances to be my tenant.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's a type of black people.
That's what I'm gonna say. It's got to be the good blacks.
I'm not having you guys in my house.
He said the good blacks.
Y'all, No.
The good blacks.
Nope.
Is it us or no?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
out.
that's
Because you
fair.
will cause
Yeah,
trouble.
that's
You will cause trouble.
yeah. The old
That's
us,
just
would-
what
For my
you're
tenants will
assuming.
cause
the
trouble.
old
for
the
your
old
flatmates.
us would cause trouble.
No,
Like,
I
not
even
the
think.
not the new us. The new us is reformed, outstanding
No,
pillars in the community.
because I'll be like, why are you here? You. I could sue you, but why are you here?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Because like, we doing it.
So what
Mr.
made you want to
Independent.
rent this place
Yeah,
though?
yeah.
Like, why did you come to this place?
Yeah.
Friend thinks I'm going to be doing a grow, you know?
Yeah, location.
A grow, and you would like present so clean and calm and professional, and then the first month might be alright, and then the second month you're looking at me like, I owe you money.
Yeah, I could trick you. If I wanted to present as something different, you'd think,
Yeah,
You-
I
I-
believe you.
Yeah,
I could
you'd
definitely
never know.
I
trick
believe
you.
you. You could be a Jeezy.
You'd never know. It's a bit cheesy.
All right, so if Brent's a landlord, we're all screwed, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Put us out on the street, Brent. I hear you.
Even after everything that I just said, man, I take it back, man. Man from our demographic get a tough ride because there's going to be youths that you see in like with wear like fitted caps or tracksuits or whatever. They got a hoodie and their man's all of a sudden assuming that they're a road man. They're not road men. They're just,
Normal guys.
you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm not saying a hoodie and a
But
cap.
if you don't know nothing about a man and you just see him, you're just going to make his appearance. You're just going to look at him and just see, even like say like the way he talks. You never know. He might be a learned man
100%.
and a professional, but
I'm
you're going to look at him and
I'm
size him
gonna
up. And
judge you by how you communicate with me.
yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say.
What's up,
But
bruv?
yeah, but there could be a man that could be a high professional. That's all of that. He's just from East London, isn't it? That's how he talks, that then, bruv.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
how he talks. He can't help how he talks.
No.
He can't help how he talks.
That lack of brain cells, I could tell.
Lack of intelligence.
I could tell.
Because he can't
Stereotyping,
pronounce
man.
his,
And
pronounce his words.
belligerent and nah, don't like that. And then I'm talking to him, telling him this is the price, and he's trying to negotiate. What are you doing? No. And he says,
Yeah, but everyone tries to
and he's
negotiate
like,
though.
oh, you said that you want it in transferred at the beginning of yes.
What, can I give you cash?
Oh, when you start doing that to me,
So you won't take cash?
when you start doing that to me, not interested.
If I give you 6 months up front,
No, I'm not saying I wouldn't take cash because
Yeah.
obviously cash is free money, right? Right.
I give you 6 months up front. Yeah, cash, Kitty, you good?
Once you start doing that, I'm not interested. I'm not
Why?
interested.
But he's giving the money up
I'm going to
front.
give you
No.
6 moon.
No.
Cash.
It has to come from somebody else.
What, the cash?
Yeah. No. It's that
Old.
same
Offer.
Okay.
offer.
Yeah.
That's
From a
from somebody
different,
else,
a different
not him.
person, not him. Okay.
Not
okay.
him.
I hear you.
You just said you wanted the money. I'm offering him 6 months up
No,
front.
but
and
he's
he's
saying
talking
the
about no.
character.
Where's that money
doesn't-
coming from?
He doesn't want that character
Huh?
in his house.
Where's the money coming from?
It's legit money, bro.
Legit money, bro. What's up, bro?
He said he don't want that character in his house, so it doesn't matter. So okay. So what about 12 months?
And I also have to basically see how you would blend in with the rest of them because it's a family unit that's now being created. It's a little community, right?
Okay.
And I don't want to be in this WhatsApp group getting complaints about this particular person that fooled me because he paid me 6 months in advance. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're gonna be like, nah, I'm not staying, and then I have to find more to come in, and the only ones that would basically fit with him are people like him.
People like him. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's a shanty tongue. It's a trap house.
Men never gonna win, man. That's why these percentages and all this stuff on the rent room. This is why it's like this. Because listen to us, three black men, how we're talking. Don't want to help our people out. Don't want to give no one rooms just based on this color of their skin and thing and the way they talk. It's disgusting.
Or
disgusting.
wearing a tracksuit.
Even though I told you
Crazy.
just now that I am going to be looking to be lenient with the blacks.
Yeah, but not us kind of blacks. You said me and Rich don't stand a
Sorry,
chance.
I've been asked to read the poll results.
Oh,
Also, the chat seemed to be discussing infidelity led by Kevin. All right. Poll results are... Okay, which poll results are you talking about? All right.
What polls did we do?
Real men don't cheat. I think that's the one that they're talking about. True, 50%. False, 33%. And not me, I'm a child of God, 16%. So 66% said that it's true.
Well, yeah, if you choose to believe them, man. If the chat said it, it must be true, man.
It must be true. That's how it works.
Real niggas don't cheat. Cheating is a thing of the past. Cool. So what? What's the infidelity thing? Who?
I need to get into that, and I like this conversation here.
No, we're done with this.
All right, we're done.
We're done with this housing issue because then, like I said, it just makes perfect sense why a man can't get a room. We got to be better than this, man. We got to be better than this.
Still not getting you guys in the house.
No.
Nope.
Just leave men on the streets. It's crazy.
I have tents.
That's horrid. Well, oh yeah, we're still in headlines, isn't it?
Are we?
Yep, there is. So look, some thieves put a gun to South African Transport Minister Sindisiwe Chikunga's head.
Nailed it.
There it is. Got it in one. South Africa's Transport Minister has described how she was robbed at gunpoint after her vehicle stopped on a highway to change a burst tyre. Sindisiwe Chikunga told a parliamentary committee that one of the masked attackers pointed a gun at her head during the ordeal early on Monday. They stole some laptops, a phone, and her bodyguard's weapons. What?
She had a bodyguard with her.
Bodyguards. Weapons. What kind of bodyguards is this?
They didn't want the smoke.
They took the laptops, the phones, and her bodyguard's weapons. She needs new bodyguards. This is crazy. This is crazy, boy. She said, look, I'm in one piece, but the whole experience was very traumatizing, Miss Chikunga told MPs. She said that at 3:30 local time on Monday, her bodyguards, or protectors, had got out the car, which had been travelling on a main road south of Johannesburg to replace a burst tyre. That was when the robbers approached, forcing the bodyguards on the floor and then opening the car door. They pointed a gun at my head and ordered me to come out, Mr. Chikunga said. They demanded money, but she explained that she did not have any cash on her. They then searched through the vehicle, taking what they could find. Still waving their guns, the robbers also tried to take the minister's ring, but she told them this was the only thing that I had between my late husband and myself. I value it so much. Said she's not taking it, boy. They said, hey, what? That's brave. Would you do that?
Take a gun from someone?
No, they was robbing her, and then obviously they was ransacking the thing. Then they come to her for the ring, and she was like, "No, this is all I got left between me and my late husband."
I can see myself being stupid enough to basically reason in a particular way, right? I'll be like, "Look, you've taken everything," and I might say, "This is sentimental," right? I don't know if they will hear me or not, but you've already violated me. Do you understand? I'm not gonna pop a fight. Do what you're doing. Cool. But come on, this.
No, but
really?
some people you can't reason with them, and I don't want to say especially, but I watched one program.
I might get gone back to 100%.
That's what I'm saying to you. And them SA man are serious, right?
Yeah.
So they don't play no games. And to be fair, the bodyguards might have been in with it because it sounded like they just gave up everything, real quick. So yeah, there's certain people you just don't want to argue with as long.
No, if I'm getting robbed with bodyguards, that whole security firm is down. They'll never work in this country again. How can I get robbed with bodyguards? Guards, she said. That's not just one. That's couple. And you made them come and get me. No. They will never work in this town again.
Sounds like an inside job, to be fair. But yeah, we'll never know.
That type of steely resolve from the woman, how does that manifest in other areas of her life or relationship?
Yeah, she's just not doing certain things. She's stubborn, I guess.
You think that's stubborn?
They call it stubbornness. She wears the trousers, man.
Yeah, she definitely wears the trousers. Innit? Obviously, she got a will to live, but at the same time,
You don't mind that?
What, as in that if someone's stubborn?
No. The other thing that
someone wears the trousers.
Yeah.
Nah, ain't no one wearing no trousers around here other than me.
But there's some sexy trousers.
No, but I don't mind a woman being confident and such. But I'm not.
When you say wear the trousers, you talking about run things in the household?
Yeah.
What else? Yeah.
Right,
That's what you mean, right?
trousers.
That's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you think because she said no, I want to keep my ring, it means that she runs the man?
But there's a certain level of resistance, right? To for someone to have a gun to you and you're saying no, like you guys can rob me, but you're not taking this. There's a certain level of resistance, so that can translate into other parts of her life. 100%.
No, that's the question I asked you. But you saying the things that it translates to is, I run my household if there's a man in there.
She probably does.
It's interesting. Do you agree with that?
Does.
her saying, "Nah, this is too sentimental. Like, leave me with this, please." Because I see it as, you've come to me, you've asked for my phone. I'm like, I beg you, just give me the SIM card. Let me keep the SIM card. Have the phone. Let me keep the SIM card.
Negotiating.
I said, take the weed and left the money.
Take the weed and left the money. Take the what? Take the who? That's what I'm saying. Like, even with a gun to her head, she's negotiating.
You don't like a negotiator?
Yeah, negotiate by all means. People will
I love a
negotiate everything.
negotiator.
Yeah, I'm a negotiator,
love a
but at the same
negotiator.
time,
You
someone's
don't
got
want
a
your
gun
woman
to
to be
your
a
head.
negotiator? You want your woman to discuss her point of view?
What is more important, your life or the ring?
No, I'm talking about what you linked it to. You linked it to a woman who is running things in the household, isn't it?
Well, she's as I said, there's some resistance there.
And you don't like a woman who says no.
What? No. This guy.
Because she basically said, no, leave me with my ring.
Listen, again, fight or flight, right? So, what is more important, the ring or your life?
So you're thinking she's foolish?
So unless like the ring is like super sentimental and it's like this
is what it could be.
That could other than.
So you give her a blight if that's the case, if it's really sentimental.
100%. But other than that, it's like you take everything, even the weapons from security guard, but not the ring.
Can I ask a question for both of you all? I know you will have to basically place yourself in a position where you've never been in your life as a quote-unquote victim, right? Is there something in your possession that you will do the same as the woman? You're not taking this. Or it may be if they say, get on your knees. I'm not developing that. It's just
that's what it is. That's what
I'm not going. Don't think I'm going anywhere. I'm not going left. I'm just saying they've told you to do something or get in a position that you feel is compromising to your entirety. Because you're thinking about possession. I don't think I have a possession that I wouldn't give up. Right? Cool. But it might be get on your knees or face the wall.
That just sounds like police. Really and truly.
I've asked a serious question. Don't think I'm asking perverse questions.
No. I'm just saying it sounds like police, and that's how sometimes man get into arguments with police.
So is that the ring for you? Would you turn around and face the wall?
What if the police said that to me?
No, you've said don't introduce the police. There's a gun, and they've told you get on your knees.
Or what? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is the consequence?
The same instance of them coming to the woman and saying, "Give me your ring." And she said, "No." There's no possession.
Oh, so there's no possession. The person just got a gun to my head and said, "Get on the knees, face the wall."
Let me start again.
Okay,
because I jumped.
Okay.
Is there something in your possession that you would resist giving them with a gun to your head?
Nah, you can. If I got a gun to my
And
head,
that's why I moved on. Because there isn't, right?
okay.
Is there something that they would have to take from you?
See, it's different, man. If they had if there was no gun involved, and you were taking something, I know.
What are you doing, Mr. Politician?
Okay, I'm just saying. All right,
Don't
please.
change the parameters.
All right, cool.
Can you get on your knees?
With a gun to my head? Potentially, yeah. I mean,
How about you, Bags?
Potentially.
No, kill me dead.
But come on, you have a lot to protect now, right? You got a son, you got two now. You got two and you got one girl, right? And you have a house, you got a dog, you got everything. Pick a fence. And all they're saying, and you know, it's not a thing where it leads to anything else. But in front of your family, they've told you, they know the biggest thing for you is your pride. So they don't want to take that, right? You following instructions. A persuasive ask. Get on your knees.
Yeah. Pride's not killing me.
Good. How about you, Marks?
No, pride will kill me.
You're an Egypt. That's why you're an Egypt. Listen, I've always said personally, yeah, I've always said I won't let pride get me in trouble. I just won't let pride get me in trouble in general. Just as an adult, like I just won't.
This is the corrosive nature that pride has. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
This is the corrosive nature that pride has in a man.
That's bad, you know. It's bad, you know. But he knows it's bad. He knows, that's why he's smiling. He knows it's bad. He knows. If you don't know.
You leave your 3 children fatherless.
It's because I gotta die, real nigga.
Can you imagine?
That's what it is, yeah.
Because I wouldn't get on my knees.
You're just gonna let someone take your innocence.
Nothing to do with taking innocence. Nothing to do with taking innocence. It's to do with taking your life, brother. Like, as I said, there's no
Oh my goodness.
there's no possessions involved. As I said, it's different if like someone comes to try and rob you, there's no whatever, we're having a scrap in it.
Emmanuel would say, like a man has to stand for something, innit?
On his full phone.
You know?
Yeah, I get that. That's fair enough. But what are you standing? what are you standing for there?
No, I just didn't like the way you framed the question. So
no, I know what I see. I know.
Okay,
that's
okay,
why
okay.
I know because of the way you framed the question. I can see that already from the get go. If you didn't say like get on your knees, or it would sign up.
All right, let me change it. A woman has the gun. And she says, get on your knees.
God.
Anything else? What now?
yeah, that's all right. That's calm.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb.
That's the end of my headlines, man. Time to pay more bills.
Right.
And let's get into the reaction.
When Emmanuel's back, we'll have a topic of the day to talk about pride.
Yeah, because it's killing our people.
Yeah.
Because what? Yeah.
It's killing our people. It's real. All right, welcome to the reaction, people. Sports headlines. There was Champions League. Oh, the Champions League tonight as well, isn't it? There was Champions League games yesterday. So some of the results: Borussia Dortmund beat Newcastle United 2-0. Now that that group's looking shaky. Oh, there's a shock surprise. Shakhtar Donetsk beat Barcelona 1-0. AC Milan beat Paris Saint-Germain 2-1. Atletico Madrid beat Celtics 6-0.
Damn.
RB Leipzig beat Cervena. We always do this with this team. I can't say their name, sorry. They beat them 2-1 though. FC Porto beat Antwerp 2-0. Lazio beat Feyenoord 1-0. And Manchester City beat Young Boys 3-0. Did you see any games?
I saw some of Man City and I saw some of PSG. Yeah, man, it's good games. I just remember seeing the result of what's called getting a red card, Celtic. But I didn't know they were going to get slapped. I think it was at 2-0 at first half. Didn't think they were going to get slapped 6. You know, like sometimes when a team goes down, like they're just harder to score against.
It's crazy. So see what happened yesterday. Erling Haaland sends treble winners into the Champions League last 16. Well, Haaland brushed off injury concerns to secure Man City's place in the Champions League last 16 as he scored twice in a 3-0 win over the Young Boys at Etihad. Haaland recovered after twisting his ankle in Saturday's 6-1 thrashing of Bournemouth in the Premier League and opened the scoring for last season's treble winners from the penalty spot after 23 minutes. Phil Foden doubled their lead in the first half stoppage time after a graceful run before Haaland struck from 25 yards 6 minutes into the second period to seal City's 4th victory from 4 in Group G. Haaland's 39th goal in 34 Champions League games was swiftly followed by a red card for the Swiss-sized midfielder Sandro Luper. City can confirm top spot with a point against RB Leipzig in their next game. Injuries to John Stones and Manuel Akanji were only negatives on otherwise perfect evening for City. And our final sports headline. Man United duo not expected to return from injury before Christmas, says Erik ten Hag. That is bullshit. Injured duo Casemiro and Lisandro Martinez are not expected to return to action for Manchester United before Christmas, Erik ten Hag has confirmed. Casemiro sustained a hamstring injury in a 3-0 Carabao Cup defeat by Newcastle last week, while Martinez is recovering from surgery on a recurring foot problem. The news means they could miss up to 10 games in all competitions.
Bloody hell.
It's tough, man. The Brazil and Argentina internationals were already on United's long-term injury list with Tyrell Malacia, Luke Shaw and Amad Diallo, while Sancho remains unavailable due to disciplinary reasons. Speaking ahead of Wednesday's Champions League trip to FC Copenhagen, Ten Hag said on his injured players, "I have some time schedules, but it's always difficult to expect that because they have setbacks during the rehab periods. Casemiro and Martinez are really strong injuries. I don't expect them back before Christmas." It's tough out here, man. And that is the end of our sports headlines. And we've still got no done it is, man. Hey, what's our researchers doing? What's my deck's looking low.
And don't blame the researchers. The researchers are doing a fantastic job. It's
yeah. Is his head just all over the place?
We'll find out tomorrow. He's gonna be in tomorrow.
He's gonna be in tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, well, again, I mean, I always love to do done it as with you, but sometimes you're just not candidates. So sometimes I haven't seen anything myself or anybody that's worthy, and nothing hasn't been brought to my attention. So I can't just, you know?
I hear that, man.
All right, let's
shoot from the hip.
Got shoot from the hip, man. Got a pow, 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 pow. All right, let's get into our outro. All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Tomorrow we should be back to regular programming.
Yeah, I keep saying stuff like this. Like, even if we have a day like this, there's always tomorrow, innit?
That's the whole point of the day after.
The whole point of it.
You know what I'm trying to say? Can't stop. We ain't going nowhere. We're here every Monday to Friday. So yeah, have a little downtime today. I'm not even sure what today was like. I haven't even looked at the chat. I don't even know who's been.
Neither have I.
Huh? Like, I haven't got a Scooby of what's going on or how it's been received or anything.
Because in my head, I'm thinking that first topic of the day, there's no way anybody was liking that. And I'm thinking this is excruciating for me to be listening to. Just imagine what they're hearing.
Yeah, but I'm even as the show's been going on there, obviously I don't understand why they brought it up here, but I'm still stumped into like, what the hell would the man want to... I'm actually...
Have you never done that in second primary school? Like put a time capsule in?
I think I remember doing it once as a kid. We probably buried one in our primary school, but there's probably like kids stuff, drawings and paintings and crap in there. But I'm honestly still stumped as an adult. Like, what the hell would you put in there? I don't know what he was line of thinking was, because he must have his time capsule all ready to go. Obviously, there'll be stuff about the Honourable Elijah, one of these men in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he'll have like a kufi across.
Yeah.
Like,
what's a kufi?
The hat, the Muslim hat thing.
Oh.
The kufi. Yeah.
Is that what Jewish people wear?
No,
That's to say that the Muslim man.
That's a Muslim man. The Jewish thing is something else, called something else.
Yeah, but again, I was still stumped into why he went with that verse, and I still don't even know what I'd put in there, even with like lots of deliberation. It's a pointless task.
Yeah. To be honest, I've given him some great topics of the days, right? And the one that we were going to do on Monday was also very, 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 very good. And I hope it is that we still cover that. It's a long video that we have to watch. I say long, let me not even look to caveat it like that or say it like that. It's not a long video. It's a very informative video, and it will stoke good discourse. So hopefully, when it gets back, we can still do it.
So what we could do it next week or this week?
I'm thinking maybe... We'll see. I'm not even going to promise anything, so people start saying you promised it. I'm not going to say anything. But it's somebody that's something that somebody sent to me, and I told them we will be doing it on Monday, but because he wasn't here on Monday, we weren't able to do it.
Okay.
I have to go with another verse.
Well, we should essentially have a full house tomorrow, innit? Not a full house, but kind of fuller than it's been today.
Yeah. And we have a guest tomorrow.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. And Ramsey's here tomorrow too.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right then. So you know that's gonna get interesting.
What do you think about Ramsey? As we're here.
In what sense?
It was an open-ended question.
What do I think of Ramsey?
Yeah.
I think Ramsey's cool. I like Ramsey. I like that he's opinionated and got a conviction there about what he believes in, stands in it.
Yeah.
He seems like he speaks from a place of knowledge, if that makes sense. Like the things that he's passionate about, the things that he believes in. I get the sense that he's studied or done research in, so like he kind of knows what he's talking about. So that's always helpful.
Yeah.
especially if a man's talking about things that you might not say no about. It's always good to see that it's kind of informative when he's talking or whatever. So yeah, all in all, he seems all right. He could got a thick skin.
Yeah.
You get me?
It's always good.
It's always good. It's always pleasant, and doesn't mind a bit of confrontation.
He loves it.
Yeah. He seems all right, man.
Good. What do you think about Ramsey?
Cool guy, man.
Yeah, man.
Got time for him.
Yeah, man. 100%.
When did you ask that?
I'm always mindful that I'm aware I profile everybody, but I'm never sure if what I have in my head is what other people think of the people I profile.
Okay.
So I always put it to them, what do you think about this person?
Yeah.
And then from your perspective, I now glean how you've been viewing the person. And they'll run through my brain and say, why have you probably come to that particular
conclusion?
Yeah. What have they said that has triggered you to know? Because with Emmanuel, I'm so happy that he has a different role than what he initially was supposed to have, because you've now learned there's so many different layers of Emmanuel.
Yeah.
And the thing is, y'all haven't even seen all of it yet. It's crazy how complex and talented and gifted and cursed this guy is. It's crazy. It's crazy. And how he is as his disposition, his character, it's very reserved, laid back, until it's a particular topic, and then you start uncovering the grit. And he still holds back sometimes, right? He's such an interesting individual. So interesting. So I love the fact that he has a more involved role, and that came off the back of necessity.
Yeah.
But you can't change it now. Do you understand? You can't change it now.
No, because it's necessary now.
It's necessary now. Yeah. I guess that's how it was fated. I just didn't know that from the jump.
You can't fight fate, man.
You can.
Can
you
you?
just will lose. You'll be slapped differently. Yeah. But anyway, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the morning, man.
Later.
Peace.